we are rock and rolling. And we are live everywhere. Yeah. Good shit. Good shit. Okay, go live. Okay, yes, everything works. I'm not gonna be that close though. Yo, this is great. And the microphone doesn't make noise today. Or it's actually not the microphone, it's a transmitter. It's been quite annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Hey guys, so I am back live. Facts with Maaxx, episode number 4. I've been pretty frustrated today because the last 2 lives I've done, I've had disturbance on the audio. Turned out after a lot of troubleshooting that it's actually the transmitter, and I am very excited that it's not making noise right at this moment. And if it starts doing it, I apologize, but I'm gonna have to go tomorrow and get new stuff. It's a very expensive. I bought all the most expensive stuff, most expensive microphone, and we got the freaking. I pronounce it Rödi, but you guys might say Rodi or something, because that's not actually. I think they're Danish. Yeah, transmitters like Zoom recorder, everything. I got all the most fancy shit, and it's still making noise, and I'm pretty annoyed. But now I have all the ladies that are gonna come and be in with me, so I'm gonna invite all of them here, send them links. We have a whole collection of awesome ladies that's gonna come on with me, and I hope the sound works. I think it does. If it doesn't, please let me know. Let's see here. Okay, that's everybody. Cool beans. Cool beans. What do we have today? Is it it's Friday. It's Friday night today. I don't keep track of shit. Perfect. Thank you, Ryan Phillip. I always got to make sure. So I had something wrong with my microphone transmitter. So I'm going to have to go tomorrow and get new stuff, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And right now it's not making noise, which I'm quite excited about. That's actually crazy that it doesn't do it right now. So I'm gonna wait for my ladies. And if you guys have not gone and rewatch a replay from 2 days ago, so I've been actually going live several days in a row here. Yesterday I was live with, I'm gonna get Carla in here. She just jumped on. There she is. Okay, let's see her. There she is, and her sound also works. Oh, it's a little.
Yeah.
It's a little. Can you lower your volume a little bit? Do you have music on? That's what it is. Can you turn the music off? It's causing
I
like an
was
echo.
dancing. It's Friday. Come on.
I know, but it's causing an echo disturbance on the audio. I've
Yeah.
been
No.
sitting all day trying to get the
I was
audio
I
perfect.
was I was waiting for you and dancing like this.
Well, we're gonna have Erin and Angela come on now too. Then I have a Swedish girl, but she's not coming in another like 2 hours because she's probably sleeping. I was telling everybody that I'm pretty annoyed because I have a transmitter and something is wrong with it, so I'm gonna have to go tomorrow and get new equipment again. But all good. All good. And I was telling everybody about my live the other day with my friend Mike, where we were playing up a interview with a demon, and I hope everybody went to listen. And whether people believe in demons or not is irrelevant, because what they're talking about is very much true, and children are being taken and disappearing and never found again. And there's basically exposing where all of these children go. And if people don't want to believe it, I don't give a shit. But if they don't have a better answer to explain where the children disappear to when they never get found again, then I mean, please tell me about a story. It's pretty crazy. I've been re-listening to this. So it's this guy. His name is Alabor Jones, I think, and I've been connected with him now. So I'm gonna do a call with him. He's quite busy, but I'm gonna do a call with him, which I'm very excited about. So he's supposedly the best exorcist on the planet, and what they do is astral projection. So it's like, when people watch movies and stuff and they see this, exorcist stuff on movies, that's not necessarily what this is and what they do. So, like when we watch the movies and whatever, everything obviously gets a little altered depending on, whose ideas and who's merging ideas and whatever. But that's what they do, and it might not look the way you guys have seen on the movies. And it's the same there. This girl in the interviews is talking about vampires, and the way you see vampires on movies is not necessarily what the real vampires are or look like. And then people, like when you take a thing and you spin out with your ideas, it might change, but everything they're talking about, that's where all of these things are coming. And if somebody believes in their heart that what you see in the movie doesn't come from somebody's actual real experience, then like where would it come from? Okay, so okay, wait, how do I add? It's ringing, but where? I'm so confused. I am very confused. Okay, somebody's ringing, but I can't see where to add the person in. Am I tripping here? Let's see here. That's very strange. It literally rang inside the thing, but it didn't pop up anywhere to add the person. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna figure that out. 1 second here. I am... Okay, so your guest number 1. Yeah, so where's the other one? Somebody rang. Huh. Interesting. I am... Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll do it again. It rang, but I don't know where the hell it went. It's very strange. Huh. I gotta tell them to do it again. Did you just... It didn't... Okay, I don't know what the frick is going on. This freaking technology shit. There's so many people. Yeah, it was ringing, but I just don't know where the hell it went. Did you hear it too?
I don't have any problem. Yes, I hear. Yeah.
Yeah, do you hear? It was like somebody rang, but it didn't pop up for me to actually accept it, which was quite strange. But you know what? While we wait for them, maybe you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello. Dr. Carlucci or Carla Matteo. Well, my life is yoga and also science. I'm scientist, expert on exosomes. That maybe we can talk about what is that, but I totally believe that these exosomes are the future of medicine. I was studying exosome for 20 years. I'm expert on that, I say. And my life is also yoga. So I recognize myself as a yogi. I was in the yoga world for almost 30 years. And around the world and with different swamis, and it's my philosophy of life. So, and I also now in all this knowledge, I want to transmit this knowledge. I discovered that at this point, when you start to study and to experience, yes, different things for yourself. At some point, it's something that is inside you that you need to share. That is something compulsory. You can't retain inside yourself. And now I am in that moment, and also to go to the next step and recycle all the things that you will learn and improve also all the things that you are learning. Yes, it's a step necessary. So now I started that journey,
Mm-hmm.
recycling, giving all this knowledge, not only from my yoga philosophy and life, also with my science. Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna brag about you a little bit because you're kind of a big deal. And when I talk about you, I just say you're the best exosome scientist on the planet. That's what I think. And they do very incredible things. I don't know if you can necessarily share everything you guys do with it, but maybe you want to just kind of tell people what is an exosome, because obviously I work with, we increase stem cells and whatever, which is kind of similar but a little different. And I think a lot of people probably have never heard of exosome.
Well, you say stem cells. Stem cells secrete exosomes. So exosomes are part of the stem cells. That is the big thing about exosomes. And exosomes, most of the cells in our body secrete exosomes, and they are kind of cell-to-cell communication. So the exosomes produce these little bags that are called vesicles as part of the extracellular vesicles. But the exosome between the other little bags that the cell release, the exosomes are special because they are made inside the cell in one specific way to collect things that the cell has inside, and the cell want to deliver and to give to other cells that are in a distance in our body. So it's the way that they connect at distance. And when the acceptor cells recognize this little bag with all this information that comes from the cells that produce them, when the acceptor cell recognize that, these exosomes have the capacity to reprogram that cell in some way. When this acceptor cell read the information that comes from the cell that these exosomes come. So they have the potentiality to heal, to also to function as well for diagnostics, because they have molecules that come from cells that, for example, cancer cells or cells that have start to produce some illness. So when that illness starts, if we can identify those exosomes, we can diagnose in a very early stage that disease. So that is, yes, the big potentiality of these exosomes. And not all exosomes are the same. They are the same in the way that they have the same size. For that reason, we can characterize them. They have the
Mhm.
same, all the little bags that the cell produce in this way. Exosomes have the one specific size, and also have the characteristic of the membrane is very specific, and also the molecules that come from the biogenesis inside the cells are specific, and all the exosomes have exactly the same size, the same molecules in that way for the thing that we can characterize them. But apart from that, have all a bunch of things that are specific of the cells that produce them. For that reason, we can characterize a specific exosome that comes from one specific cell, like stem cells. So the most powerful exosomes and the most healing exosomes are the exosomes that specific stem cells produce. In this case, I'm working now with um, I, what we do is to extract and grow the stem cells that come from the umbilical cord.
Mhm.
So we are purifying exosomes that come from the umbilical cord Wharton jelly mesenchymal stem cells.
Oh,
And
here we go. Now
those,
it's working. Okay.
yeah, she's
There
there.
she is. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Where can I put you now? Oh, look. You can see all of us. Woo! It was
Wait, can I
ringing
see
before
you?
Oh,
and nothing
I
showed
can
up.
see.
So, okay.
I
Carla is just talking about a little bit about exosomes. She's a exosome scientist, so I'm just gonna let her finish off her sentence here. You said you were working on what?
Yes, I try. I just see you. Is a possibility to see more
Oh,
people?
that's a good question. Well, I can see
Yeah,
everybody here. I don't know. There might be a setting for you.
maybe.
I can
Yeah.
explain
Oh
to you
my
what she
God.
looks like. Angela, can
Yeah.
you see Carla or you can only see me?
No, I can't. I can only see you too.
Oh, interesting. Well, I can see everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is.
she disappeared
That
now.
is. Oh.
I don't know.
Who
Mm,
disappeared?
oh, no, did she hang up? Oh, there we go. Let's
Uh,
see here. Oh, okay. Yep, you're back. I
I'm
can
back. I'm
see
back.
everybody. Everyone's on the actual live stream. That's for sure. And why you can see each other, that I actually don't know. But I
I
yeah.
think
see you
them.
though.
Yes. We might have to keep it that way unless you guys are you on your phone or computers?
I'm on my phone, but
Phone.
I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good
I
if
was
I don't
gonna
see.
say you could go on the actual live stream on like another device. I don't
Goodbye.
know. I can see everybody, so that's kind of strange actually.
Yeah.
But it might be because I'm the host of the. It might just be something with the streaming.
Yeah.
Um. Well. Well. I either way. I want to have everybody kind of like share your story here anyway. So Carla, you can just finish your exosome story, and then I'll have Angela introduce herself.
Yeah, well, it's just that to say that those exosomes that come from the Wharton jelly mesenchymal stem cells, because they come from a newborn baby, they are the most powerful because all the information that they have is for renewal, rejuvenation, healing. So all the molecules that they have and they transmit and have the capacity to transmit to other cells and really um, reprogram
Mm-hmm.
or cells is amazing. So yeah, so I totally believe that they if we do good thing because a lot of misunderstanding
Mm-hmm.
um, about that. If we do now scientists the good work now in relation of information
Mm-hmm.
and transmitting the good knowledge, I totally believe that they can be the future of medicine. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I said we're all kind of working in the same area here. So, Angela, I want you to introduce yourself. So, Carla works with, she's an exosome scientist and a Ayurveda and yoga breathwork teacher. So, she exosomes, if you don't know what that is, they extract them out of stem cells, basically. And,
I do. I've done exosomes.
oh, you know what it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's amazing.
she works with that. She
and,
probably knows. But yeah, so Carla is one
and
of
oh,
probably the world leading exosome scientists.
yes, I was
Yeah.
I was study them for 20 years. So yes, when nobody was
Yeah.
talking about that. But how you know about the exosome? Which what I'm curious to know. Which was your first experience with exosomes?
Well, so I did it actually in Colombia, but it was a great experience that I had. I have a really close friend of mine has experience with exosomes and stem cells as well. And so I got my first experience actually when I went to Colombia and did it there.
And what you did there with the exosome?
So I did exosomes. It was, I don't know exactly all of the terminology for it, just because I've only done it that one time. I didn't get to do a full treatment of it. But a friend of mine has a clinic in Colombia, and so we did the exosomes. I know it was through IV. I don't know exactly all of the details, but I could always get that information and pass it along to Maaxx too.
So what was that? What was the reason for you doing it? Did you have like an injury or?
So, I mean, no, honestly, it was just something that I wanted to do for myself, and part of
Mm-hmm.
learning more about exosomes and anti-aging and just
Mm-hmm.
understanding what it does and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But I myself didn't have anything that I specifically needed it for. I just wanted to do it.
Interesting. So did you notice any difference after?
Absolutely. And my skin and my
Mm-hmm.
hair and my nails, just in my overall feeling of how I felt, right? I had more energy than I had before. It's something that I would have wanted to continue, but I didn't. Um, but yeah, definitely. If I would have continued it, and I have friends who have been doing it for years and they literally reverse age.
Yeah. I mean, so I said we're gonna get into that later, but with the Acemannan too. So
Yep.
they're not the same at all, but they do kind of the same things, right?
Absolutely.
In different
I'm,
ways.
I'm
But
totally believe that they are working in the same pathway, in the same mechanism.
Absolutely.
it's like the human version of it versus the nature's version of it. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically
no,
what it
but
is. So,
also what the Aceman do in the body, I'm sure that they are working together with the stem cells, yes, and with the exosome that our own stem cells secrete.
mhm.
I believe that Aceman, well, really, we have to prove that scientifically. But
Yeah.
what I believe is that the Acemannan acts in the stem cells to secrete more exosomes, to do all the things that exosome has to do, and that is what we see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that as a result of the
Mm-hmm.
Acemannan. So for me, the Acemannan is like make a shot or pinch the
Mm-hmm.
the stem cells
Well,
to see,
it's also
okay.
because it's scientifically proven that Acemannan increases stem cells in the body. So then a person has more stem cells, meaning there are more exosomes to extract. So then the
Correct.
next step there about exactly what you're getting out of it, that is probably, I honestly, I don't know. I can see maybe there is some sort of research on it, or maybe that's what we should do to take this even further. But Angela, would you like to please introduce yourself. Tell me
Yeah.
who you are, what you do. Everyone here kind of does the same thing in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, so I do a lot of things, but my name is Angela. I'm also the Dark Femi Rise. I mainly my passion for life is shadow work and working with others through shadow work and dark feminine activation, women empowerment. I also do Reiki healing as well. I have been a spiritual human, I can say, since birth. Born and raised Japanese Buddhism, so at an early age really got a really big insight on the universe and the universal laws, karma and dharma, and just how to be a good human and
Mm-hmm.
how to be here and serve others through my own experiences. So I myself have had all my experiences that now I'm able to share with others, and work with others alongside professionals like yourselves, and helping awaken the collective, which is really my main goal, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. That's what we all do. So, did your parents kind of like, did they teach you this or raise you that way?
So my mother was a
Mm-hmm.
Japanese Buddhist. My father is Italian and came from a very Catholic background.
Wait, so
So
you're part Japanese?
no, so my mother is African American. She converted to
Okay, so
Japanese
she was
Buddhism.
just there. Got it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I'm like, huh.
Yeah. No, I'm Italian and Black, but raised on Japanese Buddhism. So it's a pretty interesting dynamic. But yeah, my mom
Yeah.
raised me in a very spiritual household. So at a very young age, I understood, you are what you project into the universe, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I learned at a very young age about
Okay,
manifestation.
now it's ringing, but where is she coming in? Why are you guys coming in? But I would think this is Erin, but I
Is that
don't
coming in?
understand. I don't know where where it's. I don't get that. Both of you, it just rings and it pops up, and I just click you in. But this is the second time, which I think it's her. But where the hell is she? Like, it's not showing up. I'm so confused.
And so I can only see you.
Yeah, no. So it's ringing now. So she probably wants to join. But when you guys
Mhm.
rang, I get like a phone answer button, right? And I just answer and bloop, there you are. But this is the second time now it's ringing, and she never, like, nothing pops up. It's just ringing in my headphones.
Oh.
I'm just so confused. Like, is she not meant to be here for some reason? I don't know. Sorry, go ahead. We'll see if it happens again. I don't know. Super awkward.
Yeah, so that's all I was saying. That's all about me. So I came from a very spiritual background, and went through my own life path, and now have ended up where I'm at now, which is in a place of being able to teach and guide, and to give, a safe space for others on their own healing journey, and teach them about shadow work, teach them about self-awareness,
Mm-hmm.
helping people reclaim their power, right? And
Mm-hmm.
understand really that we all have the ability to manifest our life. We are in control of our life. Nobody else is.
Oh yeah. Would you like to, can you kind of explain just how does it work if somebody wants to work with you? Like, how do you work with them?
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
normally
put on some
start
incense here, by the way. I'm gonna have some incense
with,
on.
yes, burn it up, burn it up.
Yeah, I got my
Normally
sage here too.
we start with a consultation, and
Mm-hmm.
essentially, normally when somebody feels called to start shadow work, really they feel called to me.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone feels called to me, at that point, they usually will reach out to set up a consultation. And at that point, we will talk together to see, is it shadow work that they need? Is it Reiki that they need? Is it a
Mm-hmm.
mix of both? Where are they at in their journey? A lot of women have gone through the healing journey in their life, and
Mm-hmm.
they're at a point where they're like, okay, now I've done the healing work for the most part. We know healing never ends, but they get to that point where they've done a lot of the work, and then they're at crossroads in their life of like learning this new part of themselves that's now more powerful and more vocal, and their throat chakra is open. But then what do they do with all of that, right? How do you integrate that into your life and start a new life? So I work a lot with a lot of women that are kind of in that space where they've done the healing, and now they're ready to kind of step into their power and go onto this new path, but they need some guidance, right? We all do.
Mm-hmm. So do you have to meet you in person to do this, or do you do it over the phone?
Both. So I do in person, or I'll do Zoom or over the
Mm-hmm.
depending. I have clients that are in England and Europe, and then I have
Mm-hmm.
clients that are local. So it's really just what works for them. I
Mm-hmm.
would love in-person sessions more, because I think for me to do Reiki someone in energy healing and energy work, I would prefer to be with them in
Yeah.
person, but I can definitely always do that through Zoom as well.
I've done too. I don't necessarily do this as a service like that, but I do energy healing as well. And I always thought that I had to be with the person, but
Mm-hmm.
I've tried now to just do it over the phone, and it definitely works, even though it's a whole
It
different. It's just
yeah.
different because you kind of want to just. And I always wonder if the person can truly feel the same if you're not there. I also
Yes,
think it
and they
might be
can. I think
depend on the
it's different.
person.
Yeah, I think it's different.
Mm, yeah.
And it depends on the person and if they truly are open, right? They have to
Yes,
be an
exactly.
open
Hmm.
vessel. And most people, unless they've done this often at first, are a little closed off, right? Even if they're ready to do it, it's still something new and an unknown thing.
Hmm.
So not always are they an open vessel in that moment, but I think
Hmm.
over time, if they continue, they will feel it for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I
So
think that they should.
uh,
They
I'm pointing at the wrong. Carla does a lot of. She studied Ayurveda, and
Yes.
she does breath work. And I don't no, you don't do any energy or Reiki or anything, right? Not as far as I
No,
know.
I
But
yes,
right.
I believe well, but sometimes I know myself with my people like that I have here, but not me. Yeah, not me on other people. I work with other people in another way. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. We all have our gifts, which is really what's so cool about this all, right, is we all have
exactly.
our that we can tap into to help each other. I think that's what it's all about. Essentially, that is what it's all about, right? Is
Yeah.
Okay, I have
Yes,
the best
but
comment
also
ever. I gotta put
the
this
thing
comment
that
in. I thought this was about aloe vera, not about ghosts. Ah, that's great.
but the thing that I said before is that it's not just helping other well helping and giving this to others. Also, that is working on ourselves. Yes, it's a feedback thing. It's something necessary also to have that. Yes, go and all the things that you give also back to you. So that
yes.
is. Mm.
Yeah.
We have,
Karma.
by the way, we have the same number here. I just saw on your arm. I never saw that you had that. I got
What
it
do you have?
here.
13?
Yeah, on my arm. Yeah. Huh.
Huh.
I never saw that on you.
No. You know what? And honestly, so in 13 for me is there's a lot of 13, but it's the divine feminine number.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Huh.
13 goddesses. There's
I
13
think that I
moons.
didn't know that. I did this tattoo is I don't even know, 15 plus years old. And I just, when you just have a
Yeah,
feeling that you need to do something, and I don't know why, because 13 was never anything for me until suddenly one day I just needed a tattoo that said 13.
that's what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a rhyme or a reason when I did it. It wasn't until after I did it that I
Mm-hmm.
actually put the pieces together and understood why I did it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a code in a way, though, if you think about it too. Sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah, there's a deeper
definitely.
meaning for sure.
So
I love
I'm
that.
going to actually. So I would love for you to just. So you've been using the Acemannan for a while. Would you like to just kind of share, what you used and what you felt? And then I'm also gonna pull up while you do that. I'm gonna pull up you guys' Instagram and just show people where to find you.
Yeah, you mean for the aloe vera?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on it now. I would say what going on 30 days consistently. But I always felt a difference from after 2 weeks of using it.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, also too, like I took my hair extensions out. There's like a lot of things that it's helped me do. My skin is a lot clearer, a lot
Mm.
firmer, a lot tighter. My hair is growing back so much healthier. To the point where like taking
Isn't
out
it
my scent.
nice to wash your hair without
Oh my,
extensions? It's the most
yeah.
wonderful feeling in the world.
I literally just did that right before this, and it was the most freeing feeling I have ever
Mm-hmm.
had in my entire life. It feels so good. But a lot of that came from from using aloe vera, right? To feeling
I
that
mean,
I could do
I
this.
still am like shocked what's going on in my head here because my
Yeah.
entire life, I used to have, my hair was so thin that if I just had it hanging, I would always put it up like in a bun or something. If I had it
Yeah.
hanging down, you would see my ears stick out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
ashamed of it.
Yeah. My hair is like that too. Like my hair was like that too. It's actually, my hair is naturally super curly.
Mm-hmm.
But since I've been taking the aloe vera, my natural hair, my curls have definitely come back. So like I'm super excited about it. I love it. Which is why I did this right before the live, because I
Mm-hmm.
was so excited that I can do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty
I love it.
awesome.
And
And
you only used the Acemannan, right? The immune product. You didn't
yeah,
use anything else
I've
on it.
only used the but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start using all the other products, which I'm so
Mm.
excited about, and I
I
know it's gonna
I
make a
was actually
difference.
gonna show. So I do now before I do the live streams because it's kind of late. I mean, it's even
Mhm.
later for you guys, but I take the two, the focus and the fuel, and I mix them.
Oh. Mm.
And Oh, and a little trick for everybody. We have a neurophysiologist that work with us that does brain scans after taking the product. So anyone who drinks the Focus and Fuel, you need to drink the whole thing at once for the brain
Yeah.
to fully activate the way it should. So walking around and sipping on it is not going to give the same effect as you actually just drink it. You don't have to like chug it down as a shot, but just to
Right.
get it down there. That's how you truly get the effects of it. And so I started just mixing them, honestly. But I'm going to show everybody, and I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing on the screen right now, but I screen share with the live stream. So I'm just going to show you guys' Instagram pages so guys can find you. So this is Carla. Her Instagram is Dr. Carlucci Place. And I am actually working with Carla on getting her branding nicer. So I am very proud of some of this graphics and photos we took. This one is this was my favorite photo. I don't know if Carla can see it. The one I posted the other day
No.
of you smiling. I think it's beautiful. And I am super excited to work with her and clean up and make everything nice. And I really love, believe it or not, I might look like a badass bitch sometimes, but I love things that are like pink and purple and stuff like that. So, and I think like what we've been doing on her page is very like feminine, but not too much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you guys can go here. She does a lot of lives. I'm just going to show quickly here. So she goes live and does breathing live. So you guys can join her. And I think, have you been doing it every day? I think so, right?
Yes. No. Yes. I'm doing every day. I'm trying to do it twice a day in the morning.
Oh, yeah, twice a
also.
day. So
Yeah.
you guys can join her on the live and actually breathe with her, or you can go to her Instagram and watch the replays afterwards. And she also has a 12-week breathwork course if anyone's interested in joining. So you can find her there, Dr. Carlucci Place. And then we have Angela, the Dark Femme Rice is her Instagram. And here she is. So if you guys are interested in any shadow work or such, she has a link there where you can book a call with her. And I think for anyone who's never done anything like this, just try. Just do it one time and see what it is. Because I remember the first time, well, actually, no, I don't remember because I've probably done something in the past, but my first real true like thing I did was actually with Joel. He did energy work on me. And I mean, like, I've done like little things before, but that was the most crazy thing I've experienced in my entire life. And I think because when he did it, I was just ready for it. I was at the point
Right.
where I, for years, have been working on myself and working on my spirituality, and I had worked so hard. I was at the point, you know what, I can leave my body, I can do all these things, and now it was just time to do more. And for 6 hours we did this, and I saw all of my lives. I saw my I don't have a child on this planet, but I've had a child that died, and I saw my child over and over and over until I just was okay with it. And then I saw myself as a queen, which, and people have actually, even before I won, when I competed, people on occasions would call me queen. And I don't think that it wasn't, I think any woman can be a queen, like I do. But then I think you're doing the face, any woman can be a queen. I'm not saying everybody is.
Yeah.
But I think there are,
but you were a queen in other lives, in multiple lives.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's why I think that when somebody said that, it feels right. And it's not because I'm trying to think I'm better or anything. It was just like, and now when I'm like learning even more about, you know, my purpose, my mission, why I'm on this planet in the first place. And like, there are certain things here that I will not share on a live. No, I mean, maybe at some point, but I wouldn't do it just yet. But I have a purpose, and there's a reason why I'm here. And it all makes sense, you know, why I am a queen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Absolute sense.
And it also makes sense that, and I said, the day that I started working with Ayurveda and the children, I've never been like a kids person in my life, because when I was about, I don't know, 19, 20 years old, they told me that I couldn't get pregnant. And then I knew my whole life that I couldn't have kids. So I just kind of walked about with my day knowing that I would never have children. But I know better now. That is not true.
But
I
is
can
that
have
because
kids.
that was a thought? Was that a thought seed planted in your head? Because essentially, what you think is what you project, right? So
Yes,
if you're
exactly.
telling yourself that you can't have children, then in a sense you won't have
Exactly.
children.
So I think that the reason back then why they said so was because my hormones were not where they should be. And knowing what we know today, you can regulate your hormones. That is super simple. Like, but back then when I was 20, this is almost 20 years ago, like the doctors didn't know this. The doctors don't necessarily even know this today. So I'm not surprised that they would say such a thing. And they said that, well, you will probably, like, it might be possible, but you're going to need medical assistance. You're going to have to do artificial, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. So, okay, I'm just not going to have kids. That's fine with me. I will have dogs and whatever, but not a big deal. And I just kind of accepted that. And then fast forward with everything I've learned, I was like, wait a second. That's just a bunch of bullshit. They just told me this, and then I decided to trust that because 20 years ago, I also trusted the doctor, which was probably about in the end of when I did so. But so then after that, it's my own fault because I've just said to myself that I can't. And then I also told myself my entire life I can't get sick, and that's why I never get sick. I haven't even had a cold since I was a teenager. And I believe that is because I out loud all of the time would tell people that I cannot get sick. Because my dad told me when I was a kid something about he did some tests and they told him that he can't get certain diseases. I'm like, yeah, I am the same, our family, genetics. So I would tell people for 15 years, I can't get sick. And I was like, yeah, that's probably the reason why I never did get sick. So it's very important. And even people out there that are sick, your body doesn't know the difference. If you say that you're not sick, even if you are, your body doesn't know that you are technically lying. So fucking lie to yourself, in a positive
Yeah.
way.
Well, what a lot of people don't realize, right? We're all energy, right? This is all energy, right? So
Yes.
everything you speak essentially really starts as a sound, and then the sound, right? So energy creates the sound, and then the sound will materialize into something that you could touch, feel.
Mm-hmm.
So what people don't realize a lot of times is our words, when we speak, it still creates a form of energy. And you're still putting that form of energy out into the universe. And so what you say has power. So when they
Mm-hmm.
say, your words have power, it does, right? What you say will manifest into energy and could eventually manifest into a form.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they always say use your words wisely. So if you are constantly saying, I can't get sick, you won't
Mm-hmm.
get sick. I know it
Exactly.
sounds so simple, and a lot of people really don't believe that, but it's true. If people paid attention more to what they put out in the universe and notice that that's what they surround themselves with, that's also the beginning of shadow work too.
But I
Notice.
think also,
Well,
even if people don't believe it, go
that
ahead,
thing,
Carla. Go
yes,
ahead.
that I say that things are the principles of mantras. So mantras are that. So you repeat the mantra, and that is the energy that come and the thing that you give to the energy to come to you
Yeah.
as manifestation. So, and that is
Yeah.
not from thousands of years. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
yeah.
ancient. It's ancient, right? So mantras, yantras, tantras, all of those are forms of energy. Um, and yeah, so in Buddhism, in Japanese Buddhism, our mantra is, we say Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. That is a technically a mantra. Um, but there's different mantras. I've been learning that as well too. So yeah, it's pretty interesting if more and more people were aware of using mantras and saying certain things, that is what you call into your world.
Yes, the mantra is vibration, and the vibration produce energy, and from the vibration that you produce, you can change the energy around you. So that is the
Yes.
fundamental.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
just realized? Oh my
One.
god, I sent the link to the wrong Erin. Dude, why does everybody have the same name in my freaking phone? Because I'm like, where is she? And then I look again, I was like, oh shit. I sent it to her
Yeah.
now, though. That's funny. Well, either way, if somebody out there does not believe in this type of stuff, what do you have to lose to try? If you don't believe us at all, why don't you start telling yourself every single day for the week that you are very wealthy? Just say it. Just say it for a week.
Just
What does it hurt? And then tell me next week if something happened. Or whatever you want to
don't
say. You can say that you're healthy. You can say that you're whatever you want to manifest, you
what
know, that you met your soulmate or whatever.
absolutely. But you also have to truly feel worthy of it too, right? And that's also where Reiki comes into play. Okay, that's where
Mm-hmm.
you can clear blockages or limiting beliefs, because also people will say, oh well, I'm manifesting and nothing's happening. But if you're manifesting wealth but you haven't healed your relationship with money, you're not going to bring in wealth because you don't feel deserving of that wealth, right? So
Yes.
it goes.
Well, that is true. Yes. I still think though that you got to start somewhere. And I do believe I actually did for a little while for people in my DM. So a lot of people send in my DM about problems they have of different kinds. And honestly, I appreciate that strangers feel that they can open up to me. That's great because I want people to feel like they can. And I then and something a subject I hear a lot is people saying that, oh, I wish I could help my husband or my wife or my child or my mother or whatever, but they don't listen to me. And I said, yes, I understand. I was the same. I was exactly the same. I always said my mom and my sister don't listen to me. I want to help them so bad. I want to get them healthy, but they don't listen to me. So one day I call my aunt. My aunt is very, very spiritual, been talking to spirits or most of her life. And I called her and I said, hey, do you think you can help me? I said, well, I need to get through to mom, you know. And she all she said was, Maaxx, we shouldn't even be having this call right now. And I said, well, what do you mean? She's like, you do understand that you are doing this. You have already decided that she doesn't listen to you, so she's never going to. So she said, you have to change your mindset. You have to change the you knowing that she's not going to listen to you. And I was like, oh my God, she's right. Like, why did I not even think about it? So I started telling myself every day, me and my mom have a great relationship. We listen to each other, we understand each other, and we take each other's help. No joke. Like, I call my mom 2 weeks later and she's like, okay. It was that simple. Of course. Okay. Again, I've done a lot of work to get there.
But
And when,
you got to do the work to have the self-awareness to be able to say, hold on, and understand
yes.
that, okay, it's truly I'm the one in control here. I'm the director
Mm-hmm.
of this show, and if I want it to go a different way, I just have to believe that it should, and it will.
Yeah. So I actually started telling people whenever somebody said something of this kind in my DM, I told them, hey, would you do me a favor? And then in one example, there was a man, he said, my wife, she doesn't listen to me, blah, blah. So I said, could you do me a favor? Can you repeat this every day for a week or two? Say that me and my wife have a great relationship and we always listen to each other. He messaged me back in 2 weeks. He's like, Maaxx, I have had the best 2 weeks of my entire life. And it's been so great with her. We've had such great conversation. I said, see? I
Okay.
said, do you see what you did right there? He's like, wow, I can't believe that. Like, I never even thought about that. So a lot of times people, all you got to do, you can't change other people, but you can change yourself. And maybe that is all that is needed. And then, sometimes it doesn't work, but that's fine. And everybody has their own journey, but at least it's not going to get
Is it
worse.
that it work? Is it that it didn't work, or that it worked that way and that maybe the person was just meant to not be part of your path,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Again, it's
And
all perspective.
yeah. So if that is the case and it doesn't work that way, then somehow you need to be, because these days I always think like this, no matter what happens, it's always meant to happen that way. So a little while ago, I was driving. I drove from Las Vegas to Albuquerque to the MMA gym where I am. On my drive here, don't even ask me how, but all of my car tires literally melted. And I had just gotten new tires on my car. It's had only probably been about a month. And I'm literally out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm just like, I'm just laughing. The whole car was like, blah, blah, blah. And I stop, like, and I'm literally in nowhere. And I look around and I see a little car repair, like random little car repair thing, like
Wow.
in the middle of nowhere. So I drive over and there's this old little man that works there. Hi, you know. And I was like, because I'd already gone to check on my tires before I left just to be sure. So I went to like the fancy car places and nobody could find anything wrong with them, which is weird. And this man is like super old, probably not great vision. He just walks over, look, the tires are melted. And I was like, wow, he saw that in 10 seconds. And I made like something on Instagram. I was like, well, I'm going to be out here for a while because my car tires melted. And people like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you have to go through this. And I said, no, why? I said, obviously I'm meant to be out here for some reason. I'm obviously meant to speak to this man for some reason. And I am not even a sprinkle of annoyed. The sun is shining and this man is super nice. And then I met him and I met this other guy and some little lady. And, you know, I'm like, don't, if you're annoyed, you're just making your day bad. And yeah, of course I had to buy new tires, but you know what? Somehow that will always come back to you somewhere else. It always does if you see it that way.
Yeah, it's all perspective.
Mm-hmm. And I injured my knee a little while ago. I mean, that's kind of shitty. Like it was on the training, and then I was like, ding. The first thing I'm thinking is, wow, I'm gonna document my healing journey so I can tell people how to heal super fast. And people are, oh my God, I'm so sorry about your knee. I said, I'm not at all. This is great, actually, to be able to help even more people, because who would I be to help people if I didn't have injuries in my whole body?
Sure.
So if somebody comes to me like, yes, I understand what you're going through. And
Yeah,
I
especially
don't
all
think
the athletes that have
Good.
injuries, watching all the athletes that have injuries, watching you be recover
Mhm.
will totally inspire them and let them know that they can recover too.
Yeah. So I think no matter, and I mean, there are definitely extremities going on. Like I have some friends that have been going through things that I wish no human being should ever have to go through. And do I think that they deserve it? No, but somehow, and luckily, most of my close friends are kind of like me and trying to see the positive in it and how they, when they get out of this bullshit, can actually help other people. And I mean, if you're truly gonna get through really, really crazy things, that's how you have to see it, because that's how you get through it easier and faster. Because if you feel sorry for yourself every day and you're like just focusing on the bad, it's going to take so long to get over it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But also, I totally believe that whatever thing that's happened to you and in your body or in your life is something that in the life that you really need to pass through to learn something. So it's something that you really have to, yes, integrate in you and say, well, what is this and from where it come? And I totally believe that whatever illness is an emotional process that is there, yes, compacted, and we have to liberate. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need you. Don't even ask how I thought about this right now. I'm like, how I need to get all of us together in what I have there's new people coming into my life so often right now, but how I need to manifest to get everybody into the same place so we can. And Carla was actually at an event with me a little while ago, and I'm so glad she came, because it's just different when a lot of people with a lot of energy, right? When you're all in the same place, and it's just the most incredible thing. And when I first joined Ayurveda and I walked into the first event ever, and I've never met a soul, and that was the first time ever I met Joel too. So I had truly never met anybody of these people, and I walked into this room, and the moment I walked in, I had goosebumps, and I was just like, this is my family. It was just the craziest feeling. But I mean, I've met other people in my life too, where you just meet somebody and you just know, yeah, this is a person that is supposed to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's powerful. Nothing is by accident, right? Everything is divine timing, divinely orchestrated.
We are all connected from different lives, so I believe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what,
It's
do you
been
still do anything because you have competed too in the past? You competed before
I did.
in fitness?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
did building bikini. Yep, for 4 years
Are you
almost. Yeah,
still doing anything? Are you planning to do it again?
I am not. No, I am not going to compete again. I still love the sport. The sport was a huge part of what birthed the Dark Femi Rise.
Mm.
The sport was a huge part. I was actually just talking about this with a friend of mine. We both did bikini, don't anymore. But the one thing we said is that it truly did help, at least me, come out of my shell and gain confidence. And truly, I like, I remade my body. And it was a beautiful experience to have as a woman, as a mother of three.
Hmm.
It was something that I had for myself. And it truly gave me a sense of self love. It really was the start of a lot for me.
I feel the same. I don't know if I will do it again. Maybe, maybe not. I'm just and I'm here now training MMA, which, and I always, I loved the weightlifting. I loved everything about it, and I thought it was so great also because of all my limitations in the body. And now when I'm here, I'm realizing, and I'm not saying weightlifting or bodybuilding is bad. Absolutely not. I think it's fantastic. But I do believe that doing just that is not smart at all. Because I'm realizing when I came here, and that's why I injured myself, that I am so limited and my body is not functioning. It can't operate during unexpected movements or unexpected things, right? Which is the fighting, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't know. I can't do it fully controlled, because that's the whole point of it. Also, and I'm not doing this because I think it's cool to fight. I'm not doing this because I want to do fights because it's super fun. It really is super fun. But I also want to have the skill, because I think it's a good skill to have, especially as a woman, for self defense. And that is the reason why I wanted to do MMA and not another fighting sport, because it's the most realistic one. And they're actually doing, which I think you guys should come try sometime. They do the women's self defense classes.
Yeah,
So it's like
I'll
the
totally.
MMA, but very this gym, they train you very much like, because MMA still has certain like rules to moves and stuff, but they're very much about here to more self-defense targeted, because it is more realistic. And I think in today's world with everything going on, I think it's something we should know for sure.
I I'm totally down for that any day.
And
I love.
also, that, do you do any yoga or something?
I do. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do yoga. I do hot yoga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to Bali for a yoga yantra mantra retreat in June.
Yeah, when
Insanely excited about.
when is it?
It's June.
Oh, June. Maybe we'll come, everybody. Let's go, all of us.
Yeah, I'll send you guys the info. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. And you would love it too. It's yantras and mantras, and we're gonna be making these are what we call. I'm sure you guys seen these. Oh, she can't see it,
Ooh, no. Okay, but what
but
do you call that?
this is a yantra.
Yantra. Okay.
So this is
Mm-hmm.
actually a visual depiction of a mantra. So when you say a mantra, the
Uh-huh.
energy that puts out into the universe, it actually creates an image, and this is one of the images created from a mantra.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, the jantras. I have jantras over here. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I also meditate with jantras.
Do you? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, yeah,
Yes,
because you do.
I meditate on the Sri Chantra.
Yes. Yes. And I have
Sri
like the
Chantra is the main Jantra is the most powerful.
I
yes.
remember, so Carla came and visited me. I can't, when was this? Last year sometime? And I remember
No,
back then
two years.
I had still a lot of issues in my body back then, and I was trying to do yoga with her, and everything freaking hurt. Everything
You
hurt.
say, no.
But then since about so I started the aloe vera products in January or February this year, and by March or April, I was completely discomfort free. And that's why when I came to Albuquerque, me and Joel, I started doing yoga with him every morning. And I was like, oh my God, it changes the whole day. Because I used to do so much yoga when I was young. And then I injured myself. And I got to the point where it was just so annoying because I could do like 20% of a class, you know? So then I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not going to do this because I'm literally just have to sit and stare for the majority of the time because I couldn't bend my wrist, and if I could, and it would hurt, and then the knee hurt, and then I couldn't balance on one of the legs, and it was just so much. So I stopped, and then I started here and realizing that I actually didn't hurt anywhere anymore, and then I fully started getting the benefits of it, and it was just incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an incredible product. So I agree. I
Mm-hmm.
love yoga. Yoga is a tool. It's a tool for us all to use, right? And it has so many benefits, not just in moving your body, but also for your inner soul.
Yeah.
It's just a
Actually, I wanted to have, if Carla wants to, I wanted her to show, or I wanted her to show a little bit of breathing if you want to. Maybe pick, because I'm helping her with her content. So I'm like learning while I'm helping her. So she does,
yeah.
breath work and then different techniques. And then as I'm like editing things, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then I'm learning a little bit about what it does. So if you want to, Carla, maybe you want to show some breathing and just
Yeah.
tell people like why should they do it and how does it benefit them, and
Yeah. And
like
then
how
also
often.
I'm gonna jump off in a little only because it's
Mhm.
almost 1 a.m.
Yes, we
and
do that. We'll do
it's
this
Yeah.
exciting.
again. You can leave
Where,
whatever
where,
you want.
where, where are you? In which part of the country?
I'm in Florida. I'm in
Oh,
South Florida.
so we are in the same east. Yeah.
Yep, East
And
Coast. So yeah, but I love to hear your breath work because I will do it with
that's good. So yes, we can do some. I'm between. Well, now it's late. Just for night, what I
Mhm.
do and what I'm repeating also in my life during the life that I'm doing on social media. I try to, for consistency, to repeat in the morning one of the breathing work that is called Kapalabhati, which is very very is to activate the body
you.
and to also prepare the mind to focus and to be alert.
Yeah,
So that work in the morning is amazing. So I try to do that every morning, and go live with that. Um, so maintain that every every day. It's the same every morning, but with consistency is the only way, yes, to see the results. So I'm trying also to be consistency for myself and also for people that follow me and really want to learn those techniques. But in the evening and night, what I practice is Nadi Sodhana Pranayama. There are two. There are Nadi Sodhana and also Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is without the retention, but the retention of the air really give more benefits um, to the for the body. And that really, Anulom Vilom or Nada Sodhana Pranayama, that helps you to relax, also to connect connect with yourself, and also, uh, how can I say, um, um, the amount of thoughts that start that you had during the day, pam 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 pam, all that thing. With this, yes, with this practice in the evening, that help you, yes, to reduce that how it's called, that frequency of thought that you have, because during the day you were, well, yes, this, that. So and also, well, to relax the body and to have an amazing sleep that help you also for that. And apart from that, that stimulates your vascular system, and also um, is good both anulom vilom and also kapalabhati, well, also to clean all your respiratory area. So I think, because, well, the hour that we are right now, the best thing is to do Nadisodhana pranayama, which is just to breathe and to also to equilibrate your both um, energy or prana movement, which is the um, Ida and Pindala. So we breathe with one nostril, another nostril alternatively, and in the middle we retain. So what we are going to do is, every time that we breathe in, we're doing 4 times, and when breathe out, we're doing 8 times, and in the middle, we retain the air 16 if we can. But if we not, we can do 4 and 8, and without the retention. The way to do is to breathe. We always start with from the left. Breathe in, retain, breathe out, breathe in again from the right, retain, breathe out from the left, breathe in again from the left, retain, breathe out from the other. So always breathe out and in from the same, yes? I don't know if this, if I explained very well. But the thing is, first, we close your eyes.
The camera is flipped, so I keep doing this, and I was like, that's the wrong way.
So first, we need to really connect with ourselves and make a complete yoga breathing, which is from we first inhale and bring the air totally to our belly, expand our belly, expand our chest, and exhale, chest, belly, and exhale all the air. And now we breathe normally, just feeling our body, connecting with your body, and with the rhythm of our breathing. And now, well, the fundamental thing I forgot to say, how to put the hands to close your nostrils. The hands, open your eyes now, sorry. We use this technique. It's just to put so much, yes, yes, with your
There we go. Yes.
that one, yes. Well, we can use this, or the most simple thing is to do this, use those fingers. That is another.
Okay.
I like more this way, because I use that like it's like a mudra, and I love mudras, and I like this kind of mudra just for that. But we can do also this thing, and this thing for people that just start is good, because when we breathe, the best way to do this, whatever pranayama, whatever breathing practice, is good to just to maintain your mind focus. The mind need to not go to thoughts, need someone in there can, yes, pause, yes, and they can focus. So touching in the middle, yes, of your eyebrows, that makes you to go all the time your mind to that point, yes, and not go to whatever thought. So this for people that just started with this kind of pranayama is a really good way. But I'm going to do this because it's the way I like. So
Okay, I'll do the other one then. Then we have both.
we close our eyes again, connect with yourself, with your breathing. And now we are going to um, close the right nostril with the thumb, and we start to breathe in 4 times with the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we are going to cover the left nostril. We are not going to retain now. Later, we are going to retain. Now, just exhale from the right nostril in 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the same nostril in 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the right nostril and start from the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same nostril left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover the left. The right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in, cover, and now we are going to retain. I'm not going to count, is whatever you feel that is possible for you. You have the ear has to be more in the lower part of your lung, not on your chest. And concentrate, yes, in the middle of your elbows. And when you feel that it's time, from the left, 8 times. In from the left, 4 times. Again, retain. And when you feel that it's time, from the right, exhale 8 times. And 4 in, cover the right nostril, retain. You can count to 16, but it's not necessary from the start. But the best way is 4, 8, 16 in retention. And now, instead of breathing, just put your hand in your knees and breathe in a complete and total yoga breathing from your belly, chest, belly, chest, exhale. Again, complete breathing. Breathe out. And now just simple observe your breathing and also the vibration of your circulation. Now you are more sensitive to that. And that's a very nice feeling that relax your body and your mind. And now with your hands, you are going to breathe before to open your eyes. You are going to make energy in the palms on your hand and put the palms of your hands and your eyes, feeling that energy that enter from your eyes. Breathing. Breathe out your hands in your knees and open your eyes.
I love that. I didn't close my eyes, but I need to operate the streaming.
Yeah.
And Angela had to go, but that was great. And I do my breathing off the. I need to operate all the buttons and comments and stuff. Yeah, no, but
Well,
it's
but
amazing. And I do,
yeah,
just to point out to everybody watching, when I do my own meditation and stuff off the camera, I always close my eyes too. I think it's very important that you do that, even though I didn't do it right now, like she did. You do want to close your eyes, and you want to do it when you are in a space where you feel calm and can actually focus on doing your meditation or your breathing or what it is you do, or yoga or anything.
yes, well, yes, close the eyes is the way that
Hmm.
we go. Yes.
We actually do. So I thought this was really cool here at the MMA. So we have classes where you fight each other with closed eyes so that you learn how to start feeling. So you basically you start in, I don't know if anybody that is watching now is doing any sort of MMA training, but you start in like in guard or half guard or something, which is like one person under, other person over, and then you close your eyes, and then you have to, yeah, basically fight each other. You know, you obviously you don't go so hard, but you have your eyes closed the entire time, and then you just try to feel yourself around and about, and you know, it's really cool. I had never heard of it before I came here, but then
Well,
I'm thinking while we're doing the class, I said, wow, this makes so much sense, because when you're fighting, it's all about energy and feeling, you know, and it's not
exactly.
so much about looking all the time.
But also
Oh,
there is
I'm
and
gonna
maybe that will
see.
help you this because, well, I also do yoga nidra, and there is a part that you have to really, with your closed eyes, you have to remember exactly the room that you are and how your body is and how your body is orientated and everything in that room.
Mm,
So it's a visualization practice, and that is more or less, yes, what you do there, just to recognize, and with the sounds also. We also
mhm,
try to, yes, to focus on the different noises that we have around. So that is to, yes, to make
mhm,
your, it's more or less, yes, no fighting, but to put more that conscious or alert
yeah,
thing, to be aware of what's happening around you, and
mhm.
not when you are in your thoughts, you almost don't.
But it's
If
also
someone
fighting,
asks you where that where
regardless
you,
of how fight MMA or fighting, mixed martial arts is a meditation form. That's
yeah,
what it is. And I think that's why it was just the next natural step for me to come and train MMA. And I said my reason for being here is to find even more of a calm, to become more feminine, and to just really work on my breathing and controlling my breathing. And it sounds crazy when you think about it, because fighting seems so aggressive, but it really isn't in a way, if you do it in that way. And I've also learned being here for these months, if you can't control your breathing,
yeah,
you are going to lose the fight. And
yeah.
the really good fighters, they are the entire time fighting, they are breathing like you do, because as soon
Yeah.
as you start getting you know, you're not going to be able to do it well anymore.
Well, that is the fundament of Hatha
Hmm.
Yoga. The
Hmm.
Hatha Yoga, the specific Hatha Yoga. There are different kind of yoga that
Can
most
I,
come from
could you
the
come back just a little? So the screen is cropping off your eyes right now.
oh,
Yeah, we
oh
want to
wow.
see your pretty, we want to see your pretty face. There
I
we go.
see, yes, I see all
Perfect.
my
Yeah, because it's a long screen here, but
oh,
now we're good. Hmm.
that is happy. So the thing is, specifically Hatha Yoga
Hmm.
works on the energy of your breathing
Mm-hmm.
So you took the energy of your breathing to do, yes, the different asanas and all the hatha. It's
Mm-hmm.
a pity right now that yoga, that is what I want to combat. Because now yoga is like a kind of acrobatic now. And it's not the meaning of that. It is an
Mm-hmm.
ancient, like the martial art is something that comes from the very ancient knowledge. It's a way to, yes, for living, and they have
Mm-hmm.
other kind of benefits that we are losing just to, I don't know, to make acrobatic with that, and it's not the meaning. In
Yeah.
hatha yoga, what we work is to move with with our breath. Yes, when we go up, we breathe in. When we go down, breathe out, and make all the movement with that, and
Mm-hmm.
that gives you the strength to move and the strength to and also the mind. We control with the breathing. That is the power for all of the breathing work.
Mm-hmm.
With the breathing, we also work in our mind and in our thoughts, the quality of thoughts and the frequency of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
When we are stressed, yes, from all the bad, the negative thought that we have in our mind
Mm-hmm.
or in our mind, we start to have a more chest breathing. It's
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
no, and when we are relaxed, it's more yes. It's like so. The same time, the same way that our mind can control our breathing can control our mind. It's like that. They are totally connected. So
Mm-hmm.
it's simple. If breathing work, yes, you can
Everything is
totally.
that. So a lot of when I train here, every sort of cardio training I do that. Can you come back a little again? It's my it will crop up. Yeah. You're a little further back. There we go. A little further back than you think. Yeah. So
Yes.
when I do
Thank
like
you.
cardio training, so I, run or walk the mountains or ride bicycles up the mountain, the
Yeah.
entire time is and try to during your entire session keep that breathing, and you can go so much longer when you do that. And a lot of times we think in our minds that we have to start breathing because we're
Yeah.
trained to think that that's what we should do, but as a matter of fact, when you do that, you tire yourself. So I
Yeah.
was riding my mountain bike up the mountain one day, and I actually didn't get very tired. I was right, it's hard, and right in the end, then I started getting actually really tired, of course, but I was lasting through pretty long, and the entire time keeping my breath, and in that way also oxygenating my brain and body properly to be able to last longer. So sometimes we have to just almost stop ourselves from, okay, you don't need to start breathing with your mouth right now. And
Yeah.
as an old scuba diver, it's the complete opposite. Then we're basically trained to only breathe with our mouth. So it was a bit of a change for me to do that. I was always allergic, and then I scuba dived. So this was just my
Yeah.
normal day, all the time
Yeah. Yes.
doing that.
Yes. But
Um,
yes,
yeah.
the organ for breathing is the yes, it's or no. So
Yeah.
yeah, and for each all.
So I want to play a little clip I edited from the live the other day, and I hope people have watched it. So I'm just going to play the clip, and then I'm just going to talk a little bit about it, and then if you want to, you can just say what do you think about this. And I say it's an interview with a demon that we had. So I edited out. It was a very long live we did. If somebody's interested in actually hearing all of it, you should. Then I obviously edit little short reels, and I suggest for anybody that watch my reels to actually go and watch the full live streams, so you don't just make an opinion about what we do in 30 seconds, because it's just supposed to catch your attention and make you curious. But then I highly advise everybody to actually go watch it all, so you understand what it is we're talking about and not just think, oh my God. But I did get a lot of good feedback, so I'm just going to play the clip because I cut it into a pretty short video. Again, I don't know if you're going to see it, but I'm going to play it on the screen, so I think other people will see it. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see here. Yes, that's it. Let me see. I'm gonna share the screen real quick, and then we go. No, where'd it go? Eh? Oh, there it is. Okay.
How much of the US government is human?
20%.
We speak to one of the demonic apparatchiks that is part of the child trafficking networks. It's really, really rare to find this kind of data. What's your job? What do you do for S?
Collect the luge from the little children.
Under what circumstances do you collect it?
Their fear, their torture.
Under what circumstances are they producing luge? Can you give us more detail?
Electrocution.
Is that a preferred method, is it?
One of them, because we don't have to be around them. The adrenaline.
Where does that adrenaline product go?
Ukraine.
Why? What's in Ukraine?
The facility that manufactures it, processes it.
Who is it distributed to?
13
families. 13 what?
13 families. You know when they say that there are energy companies in Ukraine, right?
Basically, any kind of major company in Ukraine is trading in this material, is that right?
They're called energy companies, but they're not what you think of as energy. They look like humans, but they're not. Under Earth.
Do they wear skin or do they use illusion? What is the deal?
Both.
And tell me about these underworlders. They're lizards-like in form.
Yes, the reptilians. They live under. They can't really be up here.
Why not?
The sun.
Is this where the legend of vampires comes from?
Yes.
How big is that population?
About 1 million.
And there is a relationship between the 13 and that species, is that right?
The 13 are them.
So what is the purpose behind the 13 families managing the world?
They're reptilians. It's for control. It's for power and control. Humans are just food.
They live on just loose, or do they need the physical person as well?
Oh, they like the physical.
Why?
They're carnivores.
And how many people do we send to them as appeasement every year?
At least 1 million.
You put one of your minions into a child, is that right?
Yes.
The child's then tortured.
Yes.
How many minions do you have?
A couple 100,000.
And what's the life expectancy of your average insertion?
Once we insert, maybe max 2 years.
And what's the average age of your inserts?
6.
And how many of them are shipped to the underworld?
40%.
What's the average life expectancy of one of their people?
500 years.
And each of them gets a person every year, more or less.
Pretty much.
Several people per year?
Depends on their ranking.
What weapons do we need to defeat them?
You.
Where would we get the tech from?
The US government already has it.
And they refuse to use it.
Why would they use it on themselves?
I thought that was the perfect one that answer a lot of the questions that you've been searching for.
How do you know this man?
I got called to you. I got called to him. I wake up in the evening and I looked and there's a being standing in my room and it's him astral projecting. I can recognize him. And so when he calls me the next day, I go, was that you standing in my room yesterday, Alabar? He's like, it could have been. I said, look, dude, I'm not stupid. Okay, what's going on? He's the top exorcist on earth. He gives me jobs kind of because he's the guru, just like you're the guru of your stuff.
What do you mean with jobs when you say he gives you jobs?
He asked me to seek. I did exorcisms in Hawaii, but I would let the demons go after they were taken out. He doesn't do that. And I don't really know how to kill him like that.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we're back. There. So I just cut, which I thought was like the most relevant information, but just to kind of explain what it was. So this guy is speaking to a woman, and if you guys go watch my live, you can see the whole thing, how they're doing an exorcism on this woman, and this demon, or whatever you guys want to call it, it doesn't matter what it's called, is speaking, and when they're done, you can hear the woman, you know, the actual woman wake up or snap out of it, and she has absolutely no idea who has been talking through her, basically. And it's very interesting. And this man, Alobar, so I'm just waiting for him to be available, but I want to speak to him. So what these people do, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard it, I've talked about this before, I like to do the gateway experience, which is a meditation form that the military uses to teach their people astral projection, basically when you can go to other places, right? And I've been using the gateway experience meditation for a very long time, and I really like it. If somebody hasn't tried it, I highly advise to go check it out and test it. They're very short meditations. They're typically about 8 minutes long. So it's all frequency, and you teach your brain. So the first session is about 30 minutes, and then after that they're about 8 minutes or so each, and you teach your brain to recognize the frequency. So once you've done it for a little while, all you got to do, so like I did it last night, when I turn on the frequency, I leave my body, I'm talking seconds, because my body's already trained to know when it feels the frequency, it's time to go, you know? And I can't astral project. That's not something I have been able to do yet. I can leave my body, so which is obviously the first step. And I have been very curious about the astral projection for a long time for many different reasons. I would like to be able to do this for a good cause, and with everything we do with children and everything, I think that's the next step for me. And that's basically what these people do, Alobar, and they work with a lot of military and veterans. I think they primarily work with veterans, so anybody who has been a part of the military and done astral projection and maybe no longer work there and would still like to utilize your skills, this would be the man to reach out to. And they work with trying to find and save these children that get taken, basically. So I think it's very incredible what they do. I hope to be able to work closer with these people on everything we do. And I advise everybody to actually go listen to the whole thing. And you can also find him on YouTube, Alobar Jones on YouTube, and check out more of his exorcisms. And I think this also kind of shows that what we think an exorcism is, like you watch the Exorcist movie or something and you think of this monster thing, you know, that's not really necessarily what it is. And this kind of shows a different side of all of this. And I think it's really cool and very cool work. And have you heard of him before?
No,
Carla?
no,
No,
no.
no, I hadn't either until Mike, my friend Mike, and I know Mike for some time, and I know that I got connected with him for a reason, and I believe that my next step is to connect with this man and see what we can do here.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, really interesting.
Yeah, extremely interesting. And I think that, you know, everything this, and again, I only cut out little snippets of it, but everything she's saying, it just makes a lot of sense. And if everybody knows the whole Ukraine story and how, you know, all these countries are supporting Ukraine, we all know that they have a lot of energy companies over there. So when you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense, right? That this is what they do. And we know, working with, you know, breathing and yoga and meditation, that we're all energy, and energy isn't necessarily your light bulb, you know? Like energy
Mm,
is also us. We can do energy. We
yeah,
can heal people with our energy. I can put my hand on you and you can feel my energy. So there's so much more that human energy can be. And I think human energy is more powerful than the energy we use for our home.
yeah, so, sure, yeah, totally,
And it's really cool.
yeah,
I'm like
yeah,
Mike.
and together, and also together, we can zoom energy, you know, as you say, if
Yeah.
we, yeah, people that can, you know, put the same, or create the same energy when they are together, will be, yeah. That is
Uh-huh.
also the monk and the swamis do in the ashrams, and that when they start to chant the mantras together and to pray together, that energy together, just it makes amazing things, not only for as well for the world. They do that for the world. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to
And
plug
also the
in.
relation of that brings me to the book of Brian Weiss, when uh who is the name? What's of the mm,
I don't know where to
yeah, that where he is talking her when one of his clients, yes, in a kind
Mhm.
of regressions.
Keep talking. I just gotta
Yes.
plug in my charger.
and and this woman started to talk in that way, yes, and she didn't realize that she back to all the old lives that she has, and yeah.
I have so many cables.
What you are doing? What
I'm
is
just
it?
plugging in my charger to the computer because
Oh,
I have so much. Here we go. Here we go. So I have so many tech items plugged in. If I If
Yes,
somebody, I need to
correct.
post a picture. So I have so many tech items here now for this, only to be able to do this little setup, like the microphone, and then the transmitter,
Yeah,
and then the thing that connects to the computer, and then the hard drive, and then the charger, and then the camera, and then my roadie, and like there's not enough outlets. And I bought this little thing for the computer to be able to
oh,
plug more things in. It's just that when you plug this in and plug into that, it doesn't work. So
oh,
I would like to call out Apple and say, Apple, can you please make more holes in your computers in the future?
yeah,
So
exactly.
because this isn't gonna
That's
work.
good. Yeah, and
So
I'm sure
plugging
that
in
you
the camera, I have to plug out the charger.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure
It's
that you are not the
ridiculous.
only one that claimed for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I
Yeah.
think so.
But
I
well,
am.
little by little, you just started with all this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad that the microphone isn't making noise today. So I have a little, if somebody want to see it. So there's a little thing on here that is basically a Bluetooth device, kind of, that makes the microphone work to the computer, and something is wrong with it. So I have to go change it tomorrow. So on my last lives, it was making a humming noise, and it's driving me crazy because I want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I'm very happy it's working right now.
Yes, no problem now. Yeah,
Very
that's true.
freaking excited.
But
So, for
yes,
anyone
that
who just jumped on, let me show you guys again. This is Carla, and she has a new, if anyone's curious about the exosomes, so I know this is your new page that hasn't really started yet. But she will be talking more about exosomes and stuff there. And then you got her breathing and everything. So we did a little teaser here. I just love this picture. I know it looks funny, but it's all for a reason here.
yeah.
And breathing.
Yes, I create that exosome guru because, as I say, I really believe that to put the exosomes, as we were talking from the beginning, in
Mhm,
the position that they deserve to be, as yes, and in medicine, the
mhm,
future of the medicine, a lot of educational process have I totally believe have been made. Yeah, because there are lots of right now misunderstanding and also
mhm.
well people that yet don't know what an exosome is. So yes, the educational part I think is yeah, and because I love to do it. So
Yeah.
both yeah.
I think too, I was talking to somebody yesterday. So a lot of people I know, a lot of friends I have, they either work with stem cells in some shape or form, or you with exosomes. So it's all of us are kind of working on the same things. And if anybody that is listening know who Tony Robbins is, I'm sure you guys do. You probably heard of him. He talks about the next $1 trillion industry, which is de-aging, technically anti-aging, but they don't call it that anymore, or reverse age. And back to like the interview of the demon that we talked about, if you guys are not really aware of like why these people are taking children and what they're doing to it, and it's this whole story about all these crazy power people, they're like drinking child blood. It's all because of what we do also. They want the children's exosomes or stem cells, or they want their youth. They want to reverse age. They want to anti-age. They want to de-age. And this is what we do too. You don't need a child's blood. You don't need to hurt a child to do it. And yes, they're also talking about adrenaline and all of this. So yes, it is a little bit different, but still similar. It's still similar, why they are taking the children. It has to do with similar things still. So we pump the body full of stem cells, we reduce inflammation, and that's how you de-age your body. So me with
Mm-hmm.
aloe vera products, that's what we're doing. And you with exosomes, that's technically what you're doing. And when you're giving these tools to the body, your body is now capable of starting to heal itself. And that's really what we want to achieve, because the entire world right now is full of chemicals and bullshit, and we're all walking around with inflammation all day long. and you have a lot of inflammation, you start to age faster. And we believe in our heart that when we're 70, we're basically dead. That's what we think. That's what people think. Or they say, oh my God, I am 40 now, or I am 50 now, I'm sold. Oh, or people making the jokes now. I almost get annoyed when people make the jokes. Yeah, when you get to your 40s, everything just hurts. Ha ha ha. Oh, shut up. That's what I'm thinking. Shut the fuck up. I am 40 and I don't have any pain anymore. So please tell me why you say you're so old, because you're not. Oh, wait till you get 50. Oh, wait till you're 60. Yeah, I'm going to be a freaking thriving 60-year-old. That's what I'm going to be. And I'm going to be freaking better than I am today because I know how to be so. So I think we need to retrain people to stop thinking that 60 or 70 is so freaking old, because you can be, I mean, these freaking people that she's talking about, they're 500 years old. Maybe we can't be 500, but you could probably be 150 or even 200 if you truly take care of yourself. I do
Yeah.
not think that's difficult at all. You just need to
Yeah.
know what to do.
Awesome. Yes, yes. It's a process. It's a style of life, and to
Yeah.
have that, as you say, as a manifestation, as a
Yes.
a way of life. It's just to say, I can be healthy and I can be active, and at very old age, and I don't believe in old age. It's just how you feel inside.
Not at all. You're
That is
also
also
thriving. How old are you now?
53, 53.
Wait, are you?
What?
Are you
You,
53?
you know my age.
You're not 53. I was like, no, wait a second. Yeah, you're older than me. That I know.
I
Yeah,
know.
you're like a
So,
youth too. Yeah.
yeah, but it's how you feel inside.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing. That because it's not well, it's the quality of life that you have, and not only for yes, your body, your activity, and that is the
Mm-hmm.
quality. Yes.
I feel like the
Yeah.
computer is not charging. My battery is just like.
Oh man. So
Well, it's probably fine. If it dies, it dies. That's just it. If it dies, it's a sign and it's time to stop.
well, yeah, but little by little, you can organize that. It's just the start.
Oh yeah, the cables. No, but it's plugged in now. But it's not charging anyway. I wonder why.
That is
Or I
crazy.
might have to switch the. I don't want to plug out the camera though. If I plug out the camera, or maybe I need to plug it out and because I think they're in the opposite holes right now.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Crazy.
I know there's so much, but there's gotta be also 28% battery. I should be fine. Power
That's good.
adapter will stop charging. I don't even know. Maybe I just need a new computer. That's also another question.
That's the thing.
This
Yeah,
computer
me
is
too.
great, but it's probably a couple of years old.
Well, mine is older than that, but it's
Yeah, but
fine.
I work on my computer with heavy stuff all day,
Yes,
every
I know.
day. Actually, I wanted to address something. So I don't know if anybody on here does anything with crypto. Do you do any crypto?
I want.
So
I want,
I'm
but
not
not
a.
yet. I need to
Oh, I
educate
can.
more.
If you want to, I can help you. I'm not a crypto
Okay.
expert, but I have some very good friends that are crypto experts. So
Okay.
I keep it
I want.
very limited. I do very few crypto. I do stocks and such, but I'm not the one who will sit and just play around with all kinds of stuff, because I'm not a day trader. I don't do like crypto full time or anything. But what I do advise, so I've had Bitcoin for actually, I'm going to tell a story. In 2017, I bought Bitcoin in Coinbase, which was like the most famous platform back then. And couple of years later, they froze me out of my account. So long story short, if you guys don't have a cold storage, if you use a broker like Coinbase or Uphold or Crypto.com or something, they're basically acting like a bank for you. So you never own your own shit. Like if they shut you out, they shut you out. What the hell are you gonna do? So they shut me out. So in 2017, Bitcoin was about $1,000 for one Bitcoin. And I don't remember exactly how much I bought. I bought for $500 or $1,000. That was it. And if in 2017 it was $1,000 and today it's $99,000, I should realistically have $50,000 to $100,000, right? That's the
Yeah.
math. Where the fuck is my money? So they just froze me out of my account, and they were even on the news. They did it to a lot of people. People got really pissed, and then what they did was they would transfer out the Bitcoin for you somewhere else. So they did, and I got $1,000. So I said, where the hell is my profit? So they basically just gave me back what I bought for, and the rest, where's the rest? It's gone. So I hate Coinbase. Don't use Coinbase. Tell them to go fuck themselves. That's what I think. And I'm still trying to be in the fight, but I do cold storage now, and I do something called Ledger. If somebody's interested and want to know what that is or information, you can send me a message and I can show you guys. So basically I have a little hard drive, and I cold store my crypto. I guess that's what you can call it.
Really?
So I have a few different, but I have Bitcoin, I have XRP. So I got XRP the other day. As far as I know, XRP is supposed to replace Swift in the banks. And right now, one XRP. So the other day, I bought some XRP the other day, and just a couple of days ago, the XRP was about $1, and today is 150. So it's gone up 50% in 2 days. And let's just say that I'm very happy that I bought it the other day. And it's still only $1.50 for an XRP, meaning you can buy a lot of them. Because even if you don't have a lot of money, you can afford this one because it's still so low. And they expect it, and you don't know, but they expect it to go up to somewhere around $100 to $250. So basically, if that is the case and that happens, you would 100 to 250 times your money. Do the math. So if you, and again, this is crypto, it's investment, so it's no guarantee. Nothing is ever a guarantee, but also the bank is not a guarantee. You can lose all your money in your bank too. But I highly advise everybody to actually look into it a little bit. But don't be stupid. Don't just go on any platform and buy it. Try to do some research. Find somebody that knows about it so you don't mess up. And ask, I said, if somebody wants me to tell them what I do, please come ask me. I'm not a crypto expert of any sort, but I have, through friends who are, been able to transfer all of my stuff into cold storage, and I'm glad I did, because now it's there. It's much more convenient and safe, and I'm really pumped that literally only since yesterday since last night I've made $1,200, and I don't have a lot of money in there. So even with not a lot of money, that's how much I made overnight.
Great.
So I still think that even for people that don't have a lot of money, maybe I like buying Bitcoin right now is kind of, if you don't have a lot of money, it's only almost not even worth it. It still can be, but one Bitcoin costs $99,000. So if you want to have some Bitcoin, like, you need to put a lot of money in there. But like an XRP that only costs $1.50, you can buy a lot of them. So that's more realistic for somebody. I still think that Bitcoin could still be an option. As you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, and you will still grow your money. They just won't grow as much since it's so expensive right now. So it can still be worth it though. But I definitely think people should look into it, because the American dollar, the value is not exactly gonna get better. And I think that people need to look into other resources. Like, you need things that have value, so that could be crypto, maybe stocks, but again, don't just go buy whatever for whatever. Try to find somebody that can help you, that know about this stuff. I hired one of my friends to do my investments and my stocks, because I am not good at stocks, and I just hired a friend to do it. So that's another idea, to find like a good financial advisor, somebody you trust. I wouldn't necessarily hire somebody at a bank because I don't trust them at all. I don't trust anybody. So I hired a friend. That's better.
Yeah.
That's better. But again, also like property, owning a car, owning, like, if anybody out there does not yet still distill their water, make sure you buy a water distiller, because you have to distill your water, guys. I'm sorry, you can't go buy plastic freaking bottles in the store and think you're making yourself sick. There's bullshit and everything. I distill my own water. So I distill it and then I filter it. So filtering alone is not enough. You're gonna have to distill it and then filter it, or the opposite, filter it then distill it. You can also get weapons, ammunition, food. I don't know. Things that actually have value if the economy goes to shit. So start just thinking a little bit like this. Make sure you stock up on things that actually can have value. I did trade in gold for a while. Gold actually crashed not too long ago, so I don't really know what's going to happen with that. But it's good to look into things. And I come from Sweden. In Sweden, they don't fucking teach you any sort of investment. In Sweden, they just tell you to have a savings account, and that's about it. So when I came here to the United States, I didn't know anything about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm educating myself right now, and I really, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So how is it, where were you born?
Me, when I was born in Buenos Aires.
And you were there until you were how old?
My teens,
Mhm.
yes. And after that, I moved to England, and from England, I moved to Spain because my family was Italian, so I have both nationality and maybe and soon three.
Yeah.
And yes, I consider myself citizen of the world. And yes, and I was living also for a little bit between Spain and Scotland, and also a bit in
Scotland
India.
too. Oh, you've been
Yes,
everywhere.
yes, I did part of my PhD in Scotland, in Dundee, at the University of Dundee. And I was living before that in York, in the city of York in UK, and in Kerala in India when I did my studies in Ayurveda, and yes, and now Boston. I love the city now.
Yeah.
I don't know next. My moon is in Sagittarius, so I know that I will be moving all my life, and I love it. It's a Sagittarius thing.
So how
that's
were you
great.
raised? Like, were you taught in like investments or finances or something? Did you know anything about that when you were younger?
I know about science.
Yeah. Well, that's also
that
good.
was
That's good.
yeah, and also traveling in Europe is the same. It's very, yes. That is, I need the world need more financial education in general, and more for women. Yes, that is totally. This is something that, and I'm now educating myself, and not all the investment are the same. You have to really discover, first educate yourself and discover which really goes with you, what you feel that you can, yes, is your thing, yes. I'm also, yes, no, it's something that I like, because all the research that you have to do with that, but and also good, and all the good investment is the tax lien. So I'm also in that, and educating myself on that, and searching, and knowing which is the area that I want to do that investment. So yes, at some point I will go for it, and it's a good investment. And that match with myself is more in real estate. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that is, but first you have to, yes, educate yourself and say, well, yes, I feel good moving my money here and there in this way, and also the goals that you have in your, yes, for your future, what you want, and for why.
Hmm.
And after that, and in the short and long term, and decide in which way, yes, you want to manage that. So yeah, a lot of work, but yes, also, and it's good plan that someone, and I'm still looking for someone also that could, yes, help me on my investment. But
I can ask my friend. I don't know if they would. So my friend does investing for like multi-million dollar
mhm.
individuals or companies. So he doesn't typically do anything, but then he helps some friends basically. So, I
Okay,
can always ask, but
yeah, yeah,
I'm very
totally.
happy he's helping me. I was like, yeah, I don't have any tons of
Yeah,
millions to give you right now, but then here's the thing. One thing I can say though is that I'm a master manifester. So I said to him, because sometimes people, ask stuff like when I bought a house or whatever, people say, okay, so what is your budget for something? I said, what do you want me to get you? Like that's typically what I say. How much do you want me to get you? Tell me the number and I'll manifest it. Like
yeah,
I don't know. Like I can't, because I also believe that depending on what I get for something, let's say that I want to put $1,000 on something, like whatever it is. But then if I did put $1,200 instead, I would gain so much more out of it. So I don't like when people say, what is your budget? Of course there is a limit, but tell me what I'm looking, would you say is the best for me to do? What is the absolute best? So then he said to me, okay, this is how much I think that you should give me to invest for you right now for that to make the most sense for you. Okay, cool. Then let's do that, I said. So I do, like, that's how I see things, or think like I'll figure it out. I'll get it for you. Like if you give me a number, I'll make sure I get it. Because that way I can also, and
yeah,
again, I don't really manifest a sum of money. That's now, I don't believe that that's how things
yes,
work for
I know,
manifesting. No.
yes, because
Yeah. What
no,
I
you put in
manifest.
that.
Mhm.
In that way, you are putting the limit. Yes, and what I
Yes.
say to myself always
Uh-huh.
is, all that I will have.
Yes. Well, I do this. So one thing that when I bought my house, oh, first I manifested my house, right? I manifested my dream house, and then I had a house 2 weeks later, and then now I manifested that I had zero debt on my house. I have zero debt on my house. I don't owe any money on my house, and now boom, I got a solution for that too. So I think that's a better way to do it, and not necessarily like, I want $1 million. I don't think that works. Or something that I'm manifesting now, because I'm saving children. My manifestation right now is that I have enough wealth to save every child. Whatever the universe, like however the universe wants to hand that to me, I will receive. I don't care, is that money or is that another solution? It not sometimes money isn't even needed. There might be something else that will achieve
And
the result.
we were talking about energy.
Hmm.
Money is
Yeah.
energy. So
Hmm.
it's
And somebody
like,
said, well, you can't just get stuff for free. Yes, you can. So I don't know if people knew. Okay, so Joel was in a motorcycle accident, but he manifested a motorcycle and he got a free motorcycle.
yeah,
Like, so yeah, you definitely can.
yeah,
So like, why the only limitation is your mind. If you tell yourself that you can't get shit for free, yeah, you're not gonna get anything for free. Like, I don't know how to say it. If you just have to believe and understand this. That's it. You just have to believe it. And if you don't believe it, just make yourself believe it, because if you don't, you're never gonna understand what we're talking about.
yeah,
Right? And these
yeah.
days, like, I will manifest something and it just, like, everything, it just happens. So another thing that I manifest, like, I have a lot of mantras.
Oh,
And
your connection.
like, I have my book here, where I write down my mantras and then I say them out loud while I do my vibration plate in the morning, and then I do it throughout the day. But one of the things that I always say out loud is that I can manifest anything instantly. I just say that. I can manifest anything instantly. Oh, I think you froze up. She froze. So all you guys that are listening, if you do not have any mantras, I suggest you start coming up with some. And it can be anything. There are no rules to this. There are some famous people that created mantras that have worked really well for people. I think she's completely frozen. Maybe she might have to call back, because let me text her here real quick. Hold on. Let me see. You might. Okay, and I also have a Swedish woman that is supposed to come on soon. She probably wake up soon because right now it's midnight here. It should be about 8 a.m. in the morning for her, so she might be up soon. So I'm kind of waiting for her. And Carla, I don't know. Yeah, there she disappeared. We'll see if she will come back or not. How do I... Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll see if she comes back. Me? Oh, yep. There you are. Yeah, you froze up a little. I was telling people to start creating mantras, and I know there are these famous mantras out there. Like one of them is The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's a famous book, and that's one of the things I used to listen to. Oh, here she is. Look at that. Hello.
Hello.
Where is she?
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. I was just telling the live that you're probably going to be here soon. So I also have Carla on here. I think that you guys might not see each other. I see your speaker right now, by the way.
Yeah, we do. See if I can
So
change
I think
the
that you guys might not see each
camera.
other. I don't know why the streaming service does that, but I have my friend and client Carla on the other side, whom you might not actually see on the frame, but she's there. And she's we just been talking for 2 hours here. She's an exosome
2 hours.
scientist, and
All right.
now your picture disappeared.
Okay,
Let's
fix
see.
this.
Now it's just black, but it was a nice speaker.
Yeah.
We're talking about manifestations and mantras here right now.
Okay, interesting. How many are you?
Sorry?
How many are you on online right now?
Oh, it's just me and Carla now. We had Angela earlier, but she had to go because it got late and she had to put the babies to sleep, I think. And then my other friend, Erin, I think she might have passed out because it was midnight for her. And she's like, no, I set an alarm and then I didn't hear from her. But then I also realized that I sent the invite link to the wrong Erin because I have several Erins on my phone. But I'll grab her another time. Joe, oh, she disappeared. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna the mantra. So there's a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. You guys can go to YouTube and search it. And it's a woman who does mantras, for example. And one of the things that she says is, I do wonderful work in wonderful ways. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. So that's like a famous mantra that people have been using. I think this book is from like the 70s or something. No, actually like 1928 or I don't know. It's super old and people have been using it for decades. And that's just one example. You can make up your own mantras, but that's one. You can take existing mantras and just start using it that way. That's actually one of the mantras I started using like way back before I started doing my own. I would say that, and it definitely works. So, how are you?
I'm
Emma?
tired.
You're
Like
tired?
8 o'clock. It's early. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning in Sweden.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
she's
so
from
just
Sweden, where I am from too. And
yes.
I am very excited to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Do you have, here in Sweden we have snow right now. It's cold.
Yeah.
Have snow for the
Oh,
first time.
Carla is in Boston. Do you guys have snow?
No, not yet, but
No?
soon. Yes.
We have, I'm in Albuquerque. We had snow for like 2 hours one day. It snowed and then it was gone. Today it was like t-shirt weather. So there's like no rhyme or reason to anything here. I don't miss the snow very much. It's very pretty, but I do like hotter weather. It's not hot here though. It gets cold at night for sure.
Okay.
So would you like to introduce yourself? Who are you and what do
Yeah.
you do?
I'm a little bit tired, so you can excuse my English a little bit.
That's fine.
But my name is Emma. I live in Sweden, obviously. And you invited me because we have spoken on the phone for a while, a couple of times. Talked about Acemannan and Betalains and Liwell and stuff like that. And I work as a coach part-time at Human Sweden. Now my man woke up and my dog woke up. So bye.
Yeah.
Hello. He
Hello,
won't be on
family.
camera. Close on.
It's okay.
So I work as a coach part-time and as a fitness, what do you say? Fitness girl? No, a fitness old lady. Yeah.
No, you're not. We're
No.
reversing H here, so H is nothing.
Good. That's for me. Yeah, so
Well, you're
that's
already using it. Acemannan and Betalains reverses H. Even though we call it de-aging, Tony Robbins talks about this, like de-aging, where all you got to, what you do to de-age your body is pump your body full of stem cells and reduce inflammation, which is exactly what we do. Carla here is an exosome scientist. Exosomes are extracted out of stem cells, so that's, we're all kind of doing the same thing in different ways.
good. That's interesting. I want to hear more.
So inflammation is the main cause of early aging. When you have inflammation in the body, that's when your body, obviously, you start getting pain, you have nutrient deficiencies, you start getting illnesses and disease. Inflammation also, if you have a lot of inflammation, you get a lot of wrinkles, gray hair, all this stuff. And I know people, sometimes I think people are talking shit. I don't look like 20 years old. Whoever says that, you're full of shit. But I turned 39 in a couple of weeks. And I am approaching 40. And I definitely think I look younger now than I did many years back. Because back then I had inflammation. I pumped my fucking face full of Botox and filler because I was ashamed of all my wrinkles, especially around my eyes. It got really bad, when they started getting longer and longer, and it would just, yeah, they would really grow. And like now you guys can see, I don't have anything here. And I have not done a lip filler in probably over 2 years now. And I feel, and the trick to that though, it's not like you reduce inflammation and your lips get bigger. That I don't believe in. But I do face massages. You can massage your face and you can even massage your lips. So technically, a quick explanation of a lip massage is like this. So you're pushing fluids out to your lips and they actually plump up. And another thing I did, which is a little trick for ladies, the frenulum that we have there in between, I lasered it off. So meaning that when I smile, my lip doesn't plop in like that anymore. And it actually made my lip look bigger because I used to have no upper lip. I only had a lower lip before. And I thought it was, I just thought I didn't have one basically. Then realized my dentist told me one day, I was there, and she said, you know that your frenulum is just really, really low? She said, that's actually crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with such a low one, because I would smile and you would see it stick all the way down to here. So we took it away and I was like, oh my God, complete transformation.
Now I can smile.
Yeah, so that's like, I think that's probably a better option than doing a lip filler. So I would say anybody's interested, start doing massages, maybe consider getting that off and then see if that is still not helping. Okay, then maybe the next step would be something else. But there are so many natural ways, and for wrinkles, reduce inflammation.
Yes, I do
So
that. Face
yeah, the
yoga,
face
also
massage.
fascia. Yes,
Yeah.
fascia.
Actually, since we're talking about it, I'm going to show you guys. And I don't know who this girl is. I hope I get to talk to her sometime. But this is the girl who I found, and I started doing her face massage. And I did it every day for about a month or so. Let me think what her name is now. Anastasia. Oh, there she is. Anastasia. Okay.
Oh yes, I know her. Yes, I have her course. Yes, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Let me see.
Yes,
Hold
I
on. I'm
know
gonna
her.
pull it up on the screen for people so they can see. And I don't know her. No, I'm not getting paid from her. I'm just gonna show her. So this is her. Her name is Anastasia Beauty
Yeah,
Fascia something. I don't know how she says it. But there's on the top. She has a pinned video called 10 minutes full face massage. So I started doing this one, and she looks stunning. And she has her before picture, and then people would write on her page and say, "Oh, she got Botox and filler and surgery." And I was like, "No, I don't think so, because I have transformed my face. I have changed
yeah,
completely the look of my face." And the majority of the face massage isn't actually in the face, it's your chest, neck, and
yeah,
head. So your
exactly.
face is full of
All the
muscle.
time.
When your muscles
Mm-hmm.
get tight, like fitness people we are here, we got to stretch our bodies. Why wouldn't you stretch the muscle of your face? Because it gets tight and tense and you get wrinkly. So you stretch it out by massaging everything out, and it will stretch out your face. That's the fast explanation of it. But she has really good videos actually explaining how the muscles in the face work and why it works to do this. And I used to actually have really like saggy, like under my face here, which is like genetics. Like every woman in my family had it, and it's barely anything like I still have a little. Like this is when I gain weight, this is where I gain it. So it's not like I have zero there, but it definitely looks way different than it used to.
Yeah. Yes, it's great. Great exercise. Yes.
Yeah.
The face. Yeah.
So, would you like? So you've been using the Acemannan and Betalains, both, right?
Yes.
For about how long?
For me, it was a short while. Then I didn't order. There was some difficulties ordering, so I'm starting over. Perhaps I should
Ah,
say.
well,
Yeah.
you used it for what, like a month or two?
It must have been 2 months, I think.
Mm-hmm. So what did
Uh,
you? Because you did notice some things already. I remember I got a text from you.
did. Actually had a sore. How do you say sore? Sore cut on
Or
my lip.
a scar, or like a cut, yeah.
Not a scar, like more cut. It didn't heal
Uh huh.
for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. I started worrying about it. It was some sun damage or something. But
Uh huh.
after like 2 weeks, it was gone. I didn't reflect on it then. And
Uh huh.
then when we spoke, I'm just like, oh, maybe that's why. So that's interesting. And I have a scar on my cheek here from
Mm-hmm.
horseback riding, of course. Every scar on my face is horseback riding or boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So that became almost invisible. It's a
Yeah,
big,
you told me that, and I was shocked because I know that that's what this does, but I didn't expect it to happen that fast. That was extremely quick. But yes, so
yeah.
Acemannan specifically speeds up wound healing and healing with about 35%.
So I need more of it now. So
Yes.
yes,
Well,
yes.
yeah, you would get so Emma here is not going to join. We have something called the Ayurveda Pro program, which is for like athletes or coaches, or it can also just be influential people, basically anyone who works with like patients or clients or something of this sort, where you have a lot of people you know or work with that could benefit from it. So you can join the Alavea Pro program, meaning that you can order your own stuff, but you also get a bunch of free stuff that you can use to like sample to people or something, and you get a lot of extra benefits and higher commission on referrals and such. And then we also do like Alavea Pro events. I don't know if you're going to be able to come because they're here in the United States, but I would love to. So I'm definitely going to share the dates and information because we do big events, and you can even, as an Alavea Pro, they do incentives. So you have like a month to be like I don't know how many people they pick, but some people get their entire trips paid for, which they do a lot of times throughout the year. So I want a trip to Mexico to meet the kids that we nourish. We have 90 countries, but Mexico is one of them. We work with President Fox and his wife, so we went to Mexico because they were hosting the trip, and then all paid trip, like you just get to go. And I also won a trip to Cayman Islands, so I'll go, all paid for. And the kids trips, they really want people that are new. So anyone who's new to the company and new to the product, they prioritize you before anyone who's been around for a while, because they want us all to see what we actually do and how we make a change, and to actually see these children and like how they're getting better, and the joy in these fucking people's faces, the doctors. And some of them have parents, some of them don't have any parents, obviously, but just to see like how happy they are for what we do for them, it's very special.
Sounds great.
Perfect. So, and you work with, you said you coach sports teams, is that what you told me?
Yeah, actually, my it's not my husband. What do you say? Old man friend? No, I don't know.
Your old man
He,
friend. Yeah, that's great. Her old man friend. Mhm.
yes, met him in he's a part of the Swedish national team in OCR. So the whole team should use it. I think should try it.
Yeah, we are, the company are official sponsors of a lot of different teams around the world. I think we got like tennis, a lot of tennis players. We have like wait, yeah, bike. What do they call it? The bike races and stuff. I can't remember what that's called. You guys know what I mean. The bikes.
The ones on
It's just blank in my head right now. But we have a lot of sports teams around the world where we are like basically an official product they use, because it's all natural, no side effects. It's not gonna, I mean, yes, it does make people superhuman, but not in like a artificial or drug way. So it's great. And then also their athletes are healing faster. And I mean, like here, me training MMA, I'm trying to get it into all the fighters, because being in this sport, you're going to come out of the fight probably hurt in some way, whether you won or not, you beat up. And there is always like a healing time. Like it's very rare that you see a fighter go for a fight and show up at training the next day. Some might, but and I mean, like my friend Joel Kingbao, who is one of the best fighters in the world, he got hit by a van last week on his motorcycle. No helmet, no nothing. Literally got hit and couldn't even walk. I went to the hospital with him. And the day after, and I don't even know if we're supposed to say it publicly, but he was normal the day after. Pretty much. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And we
Is he
also
okay?
had go ahead.
Is he totally okay? No injuries at all right now?
Yeah. Oh no, he was supposed to fight this week, but they didn't. The component didn't accept the fight. So, but yeah, yes.
Okay.
And same time, so I had my knee. I torn something in my knee a couple of weeks ago. I was fine in about 7 days. He had the accident, and then his dog got parvo. If somebody doesn't know, that's basically the dogs get dehydrated to the point where they just die from dehydration. And if they get that, you have to take them to the hospital. They need antibiotics, yada 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 yada. He took care of him at home, and I'm gonna say in about 4 or 5 days he was fine. And he gave him Acemannan Betalains, charcoal, and golden seal. Golden seal, basically, it's also a natural herb which acts kind of like a natural antibiotic, you could say. So if anybody's using Acemannan and Betalains, it's Acemannan itself is beneficial for almost anything, but when you get to the point where you have a virus or bacteria that is so bad that we're talking life or death scenario, it might not be enough by itself. So in this scenario, he gave him this and also added on golden seal and the charcoal, and then he recovered fully, and he's like completely normal. Never took him to the vet or anything. So that's pretty cool. So for any puppies out there, Give it to them.
I have, do you see him?
Oh, yes. Cutie pie. And we got our Skunkle Phil. Skunkle Phil has 2 pit bulls, and one of them, I think he broke his hip or something. And like an older dog, and they give him the Betalains and Acemannan, so they just give him, I think, one of each a day, and he's completely normal. And then every now and then they forget to give it to him, and immediately he starts like limping because the inflammation comes back. So he's like, yeah, as long as they give it to him, he's perfectly normal. And he also had grass allergy, and they've been given the Acemannan immune is really good for allergies. There's research on this with allergies. I used to be dust allergic. I have no allergies. That's why I can do breath work and yoga and stuff now. I could never do that before. So yeah, the dog has not had any sort of grass allergy in about 2 years, I think now, which is great.
Yeah, we should try that on Otto. He has some skin issues sometimes when he
Yeah.
try to not give him chicken. I think it's chicken that it's, but it's
Yeah.
common with kind of dogs like pit bulls, American Staffordshire.
What do you think? So in Sweden now, I have a friend in Sweden that I don't know exactly his job because it's a little bit of a secret undercover situation, but he told me about the food industry and how it works in Sweden now. It is basically getting just as bad as here. So majority of food doesn't come from Sweden, and it's just processed bullshit. So I used to, when I ate chicken here before, I would get really sick. But then I started buying chicken from a farm like from a guy I know. I got connected through a friend. He has a small farm. That's why they don't have a lot of animals. So, so sometimes like I was supposed to get meat this week. They didn't have enough cows. So I have to just wait, which is fine. But I started eating his chicken and I have no issues whatsoever. So I'm wondering, do you think it's actually chicken or could it just be the quality of the chicken?
I think it's what they feed the chicken to
Yeah,
make them.
exactly.
If you don't buy or bio feed, something in English,
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of shit. The birds, actually.
There's definitely a lot of shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same nonsense everywhere. So we have to. I do know that there are a lot of farms in Sweden. You definitely can get access to it. But again, people get comfortable. It's very convenient to just go to the store. But do you guys ever buy farm food?
When we get the opportunity, say, to just buy, what to say, if it's like bio, it's marked like it's from that it's good for the animals.
Yeah.
Do as much as I can, but I don't trust it at all because it's the same shit anyway. So, but I don't eat meat, not red meat. I eat chicken and I eat fish. But I know my old man friend here.
The old man friend.
If he buys grounded meat from the butcher, it's more red or I don't know what to say. It's looked more like it's had a good life instead of once you buy or with plastic on it. It looks disgusting either way, but the ones from the store looks more disgusting. More like
I remember back when I started buying the farm meat. Again, I have other friends too who I have a lot of friends with a lot of interesting jobs, but I got some information about exactly what it is they do to the meat. And I started posting pictures because I ate a little bit of my meat raw. My friend who sold me the meat, he asked me, he said, do you ever eat your meat raw? Because I eat my meat rare anyway. Like I literally scare it in the pan. And he said, why don't you just eat it raw? And I just looked and I was like, I don't know. He said, and I said, why? But I basically eat it raw. It's rare. He said, yes. But as soon as you start heating it up, you cook away a lot of the good nutrients. And I was like, he has a good point. Okay, let me start eating red meat sometimes or raw sometimes. I don't want to eat all my meats raw because I like hot food. but I started eating one meal a day for a little while raw, and I realized how tasty it was, because I was never this carpaccio girl, or it was never my thing. And I was like, wow, this is so tasty, and it just like melts in my mouth. And I was like, wow, is this how it's supposed to be? And I was like, I didn't even realize that it could actually be that good raw. I don't think I've ever experienced that. And I posted it, and people started commenting on this video, and they said, Maaxx, that meat is not real. That is some GMO bullshit you bought. And they said, yeah, it's too red. No, this is what it's supposed to look like. It was so red that people thought it was fake. But as a matter of fact, the meat in the store is bleached. Even
Why?
chicken, red meat. You know what? I don't know. I don't know the details. They also put certain types of glue in meat. That's another story. I have a friend who's going to do a live with me soon. He will probably be no face, distorted voice anonymous, because he works basically undercover in Russia. But he has a lot of fantastic information. Well, he travels, he's in the military, so he's all over the place. And I read, like I was talking to him just the other day. He had just lost a lot of men because they had just stormed into Russia, and he's fine, but he lost a lot of people, and they know a lot of, they see a lot of, children's stuff and whatnot, to all these places they go, they see a lot of these disturbing things as well. So even though, they go in and it's war, but they're also getting approached to a lot of this trafficking. So I'm very curious to have a conversation with him. And I said, yeah, I don't really think that these people should show their faces, because they need to be able to continue doing what they're doing.
Absolutely.
But he told me a lot about meat and whatnot also. It's very crazy things. So I am very, very, very picky. Like I ran out of meat now, so I still have chickens. And I never even liked chicken. And this chicken I buy from the farm is so delicious. It's just like incredible. They just taste nothing like anything I'm used to. And you get scarred. You start eating that, you can't eat anything else.
I have
I
my
wonder if
delivery.
Joel was gonna come on. Let me see. Hold on. I was gonna see if Joel was gonna jump on for a little. Soon. Did you, by the way, did you see the video I posted the other day about the interview with the demon?
Are you asking me?
Mhm.
I started watching, actually. And
I
then
posted
my
just like a short clip on my Instagram where I cut out the best pieces, but they're talking a lot about this, with the kids and what happens to them and where they go and why they're sending, why Ukraine is such a big deal.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to watch it today. Small part of it, but then something else happened and I had to stop. So
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that, so my friend knows this guy, Alobar. So he's an exorcist, but basically what they do is astral projection, and they work with a lot of veterans, and they astral project to, obviously find children, basically. And I know I got connected to him for a reason, and I know I'm supposed to, whatever I'm supposed to do. I always wanted to learn how to astral project. I can't fully do it. I can leave my body, but I can't do that yet. But that's something I would like to dig deeper into. We have, if anybody doesn't know, I live in Albuquerque now, which is an energy vortex, and there's a reason why big companies such as Netflix and others moved over here. And I believe, as I'm not sure, I haven't fully, I know some things, but there are probably a lot of underground stuff here as well. And there are certain places here where you can't go. If you try to enter, they can shoot to kill. And I'm very curious what's there.
of course,
So astral
can-
projection, that's what we need to be able to do so we can enter.
spy, invisible spy. No, that's very interesting. Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. I don't know about Sweden, because when I lived there, I wasn't really, very open to these kind of things. I never explored it, and I don't know.
Oh, the voice here is sound.
Hmm?
Now I hear you again.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
wait, is this? Oh, is it off? Hold on.
Yes, was. Now it's
Oh,
okay.
the microphone thing is turning off.
ah,
Oh, okay. I've been on for 2.5 hours. That's probably why. Let me see here. Let me just. Oh yeah, it connected to the USB. Hold on. Batteries. Oh, maybe I ran out of batteries. No, we're fine. Okay. Well. We should probably wrap up soon anyway. I'm gonna see if Joel wanted to join for a second, or if he fell asleep. Yeah. So I've never explored these kind of things when I was.
in Sweden. Now
Hold on.
it's moving, but
I know. Hold on. Let me connect it in a different way. You guys can keep talking. Here we go. Okay, there we go. That should work. Does it work now? No? Yes?
no.
No?
Oh, now
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
It's the I'm running.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with my little thing here, so I have to run it off a battery. So if the noise is starting to come back now, I apologize because something is broken. I have to fix it tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah, so we actually have. I have our friend Thomas is on from Sweden on the Instagram, and he said I buy local meat, eggs, and veggies when possible. We have butchers and farmers close by. Wait, where does I don't know where he lives. I think he's probably in Stockholm. Actually, I'm not sure
Stockholm,
now.
I actually had some conversations with him, like south of Sweden, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I'm sure there are
Berg or
stuff everywhere. I never really looked into that. Carla disappeared. Maybe she wants to go to bed.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah, I never looked into that when I was in Sweden. I do remember when I was a kid and we used to go on field trips with school to farms
Mhm.
to like pet animals, but I don't really think I ever thought about eating it then. Because I did not I was just like you. I did not eat red meat until I left Sweden. I
Okay.
was like 26 when I started eating red meat.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I don't see myself eating meat. I haven't eaten meat since I was 12, I think.
Yeah.
It's like I was a horse girl, of course. I didn't want to eat my
Yeah, I
friend.
was too actually. Even though it was never my thing, but I did ride horses for a while.
And then that never like never was any tempting to eat meat again. I
Yeah.
just no.
And
I was like,
horse meat is kind of a big deal in Sweden. I
yeah, it
remember my
is.
mom used to always buy horse meat for the sandwiches at home.
The
Hmm.
the slice
Yeah.
like brown,
Yeah.
so
That's not something
you.
we have over here. I've never seen it here, actually.
It's actually in the other food. It's labeled something else probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just know that was such a big thing over there. I'm like, here, I've never seen that being a thing here. I'm sure it's grounded down somewhere together with the babies and whatever else they throw in there.
McDonald's.
Yeah, babies and horses. Here you go. Enjoy.
Oh, my.
Enjoy dinner. That's why I said like I will go to my friend and I haven't tried that yet, but my friend will even eat his chicken raw. I haven't pushed it that far yet, but then if you know that then they're truly treating things right. If he will eat his chicken raw, it. Here's again, bacteria can be anywhere. I'm not saying that he. I asked him. I was like, "You think I should do that?" He's like, "Well, you do it on your own risk, of course." He said, "But I do it. I know how I'm treating my animals. I know how they live. I know what we do with them. I know what they do during the day. Like I don't have an issue with it."
No. because in Sweden it's like never eat raw chicken. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, I mean here too though. Yeah.
Or some other E.
Yeah.
coli.
But I think, imagine if you had your own farm and your own chickens, and you know where they are at all times, and you know that you have a clean farm. I mean, why not? Because
Yeah.
it's not like, I don't think a chicken is just born getting salmonella.
No,
That's
no, no,
probably
no. That's
coming from them doing something dirty, right?
yeah. That's why they give them antibiotics, and then we have the circle.
Yes. And when you really think about it and everything they've said, wouldn't that be like they say, oh, the chickens can get salmonella, we have to give them antibiotics. We're like, that makes sense. And now they're shoving them full of antibiotics, and then we eat that and then we get sick. So then maybe they shouldn't give them antibiotics, and the salmonella is really not that big of a deal, you know?
That- And the resistance to antibiotics is like growing a lot, even in
Yeah.
humans. So
Oh, yeah.
kind of the source in one way.
Yeah, I have I had a friend when I used to live in Sweden that he worked at the what's it called, the like the mental hospital, whatever, but he worked in the section where they got in the crazy people, basically, when they arrive. And he said one day, kind of not like jail, but yeah, like a mental hospital, but kind of like the jail section. I don't know how, like, what the term is for it, but he said one time they had this girl come in, and she had been cutting her arms, like a young girl just like wanting to die type of deal. Come in, and she, has to sit there and wait for whatever time until they get to see a doctor or whatever. And this girl keeps just complaining, and he's standing there. She's like, oh, but it hurts so much. And he's like, well, yeah, crazy, you cut yourself, like, what do you expect? And then, she keeps complaining, and she's like, no, 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 like, it hurts so bad, something is wrong. And eventually they take her in to the doctor, and they're saying that, so they couldn't save one of her arms. They had to amputate it. And they said that the bacteria that got into her in all of her open wounds was from
Mhm.
basically the bacteria that we take antibiotics for. But they're getting more and more resistant because, and this is what they said, I don't know if these are facts, but you know how people start taking antibiotics and then they don't finish it, and they kind of save them for later type of deal. And then that you'd never actually fully kill the bacteria,
Mhm.
and they get more and more resistant. So that's what had happened. The bacteria had gotten into her, and there was nothing they could do. They had to cut her arm. And I just remember this story, like, this just like stuck with me my whole life. And I don't know, she was not old, maybe 15 or something.
Oh, we one arm because of bacteria. That's
Yeah.
tragic.
And again, like, what I believe in these days, I don't believe we need antibiotics. I believe that we need to start living properly, and we need to start using food and herbs properly in the first place. And then if you get to the point where you are so sick and it's so bad that, like, it's we can't do anything else, okay, fine, like, now you need it, but we shouldn't get there in the first place. You should know how to treat yourself properly from the beginning, and strengthen your body so that your immune system can take care of things. But people don't have functioning immune systems, so like, you just get sick from everything.
Mhm.
And that's where this comes in. All the things, Acemannan, exosomes, Betalains, stem cells, all the things come in, and we need, and a lot of herbs. I'm doing but I love all kinds of herbs. So right now I live in a MMA gym that, there's a lot of dirty people here, and people are sweaty, and there are germs and shit everywhere. Like, that's just what it is. We roll around with people all day long. You don't know how they live or where they've been. There's also probably and definitely mold and stuff in here, So I believe in doing cleanses throughout the year, on top of just being healthy, like parasite cleanses, mold cleanses, and all this stuff. So I just recently did a parasite and mold cleanse. And I don't necessarily know that I had any in my body. I'm just assuming that probably, right? So I do coffee enemas, for example, and then mold cleanse. And what I do is We have like they have a lot of really good little stores here in Albuquerque, like herb stores and stuff that just sell pure herbs. So then I just went and bought a bunch of herbs. So on top of the Acemannan Betalains, I would do like oregano, different kinds of mushroom oils, and like black walnut, like turmeric. What else did I have? I have lysine. I love the lysine. I got now I'm like brain freeze. Getting late here. Lemon balm. I have so many different, like, just herbs. And then if I do like a little charcoal, like a bunch of stuff. And I also just now bought what's it called? I forget the name. Shoot. I'll remember it later. But I put basically just all the herbs, and most of them I just buy them in oil form, so it's just pure. It's like nothing added. Put it in a glass of water, and it tastes like absolute garbage. But I just chug it down and just get it over with, and just cleanse yourself, guys.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, we don't need anything else. I don't think. I mean, the last time ever I took a medication, they gave me antibiotics like the last time, and after that I told my doctor to go fuck themselves. That's my exact words. But they gave me antibiotics for my stomach because I had gut problems, a lot of gut problems, and it were hurt so bad, and I got streptococcus in my stomach and shit. And so I took it, but then obviously you take antibiotics, what do you get then? A yeast infection, right? Because that's just how it works. And I was like, well, I don't, this is just like a side effect for, like, I know I'm done. So I said to them, I just want to know why I'm having the gut issues. Like, just fucking help me figure out why, so I can change these things in my life and not get it anymore. But that's not how the medical system works. They don't know. They don't know. All they know is how to give you medication. So I got mad because I kept going to all of these gut doctors and nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. And they just say, oh, you need more antibiotics. And I said, no, I don't. Like, just stop giving antibiotics. And the last time they just prescribed it again. And I said, go fuck yourself. And then I just never went back again. And after that, I found a holistic doctor. I lived in Miami, and I don't know how I found him, but I went there and he helped me basically reset and detox my entire body with the help of thymosin alpha back then, which is a peptide. And and I think peptides are great, but I also don't necessarily think they're needed. Now I just do pure herbs. And I'm not, I mean, a peptide is better than a medication for sure. Most of them, they're also bad peptides. So you can't just go take whatever. But I used thymosin alpha. I detoxed for like 3 months straight. I was shitting my brains out for 3 months. It was horrible. And I don't wish that upon anybody. And I know that with herbs and stuff and what we do now, we can definitely do the detox so much faster. You don't have to shit your brains out for 3 months. But that's what I went through. So anyone who's detoxing, I get it. I know what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. We talked a little bit about my, you remember my daughter has diabetes type 1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I
can't wait. I can't wait to help her.
She's
if she
interested.
wants if she wants to.
She's a little bit skeptic because she's like, okay, my pancreas is dead. What should you do?
But okay, so I would just say this. So if she should be skeptic. I think that's a good thing because we need to question things. But what I would want to ask her is just what would she like to see? Like, what would make her more comfortable in trying? What would she like to see? Does she want to talk to somebody else that used to have diabetes? Like, would that help? Or is she a reader? Does she like to read research? Like, what kind of person is she? How does she like to get information?
She's a very bossy girl.
Me too.
Yeah, she got it from her mom. Just it's like she reads a lot. A lot
she
of
reads.
books. Yeah, she's very talkative as well.
Yeah.
So she's also a radio now.
She's what?
Radio. also with cars. You drive fast with cars.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So goal is to be the first female World Rally Cup driver.
I
Not
love that.
just
You know, my dad used to own a rally school in Norrland somewhere, but they sold it. But yes, so I grew up with just driving fast.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a passion right now. She also has a horse, like the
Mhm.
expensive kid ever, but
That's great.
yeah. But she works
Mhm.
for so that's okay now. I've spent a couple of million Swedish crowns on her on growing up
Yeah. What does she do for
having
work?
horses.
What does she do for
She
work?
works at the tires with tires, changing tires for
Tires. Uh-huh.
cars.
Okay.
But she's kind of the boss in the shop, so
Uh-huh.
she tells you and what time they should do it and blah 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 blah. She
Mhm.
has only 4 weeks, 3 4 weeks. Um, but she also has done the World Rally Cross,
Mhm.
which is in Sweden and is
I think your
working a little.
sound is glitching a little bit. Does it
That's
does it for you too, Carla? Her sound is
Yeah,
glitching a little, right? Mm.
yeah.
uh,
I'm just
yeah,
losing some words.
yeah,
But I
okay,
would just I will just send you diabetes information and you can give it to her if she wants to read it. And after she reads it, if she wants to like, talk to somebody or see like testimonials or whatever, like I can give you her any information she needs. We have it all. It's just different people like different forms of information. Some people like to watch things, some people like to read, but I used to be hypoglycemic. So I didn't have diabetes, but I was hypoglycemic. So I would get blood sugar crashes every single day. And that's why I loved getting into bodybuilding, because then I would eat 7 times a day and it would never happen. But now, I mean, like I fast at some point every week. So like last 2 weeks ago, I fasted for 3 days. And I'm like, it's crazy to me how I used to, I was like, I couldn't even go 3 hours without food. I would like die. And now I can go 3 days without food and I don't feel anything.
yeah, that's me. I'm dying if
Mhm.
I don't eat. I'm
Yeah.
angry,
So I mean, like that's can completely be reversed.
but I still love to eat. So problem for me.
Huh?
No, my dad is actually hypoglycemic. He's fine, but he has a
Uh-huh.
blood sugar around 0.2, the
Mm-hmm.
standard. And you should be between 4 and 8, the
Uh-huh.
normal.
Actually,
He's
while
all
while you talk, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna show. Okay, so I'm gonna show. I think you can't see it, but I'm gonna screen share for everybody the blood sugar research on Acemannan. So I'm just gonna read it real quick. Acemannan works wonders for those looking to better manage their blood sugar levels. It reduces inflammation in the pancreas, liver, and other body tissue, which improves insulin sensitivity. Acemannan also has calming properties that keep cravings for sugary snacks at bay, so you can enjoy steady blood sugar throughout the day. Plus, Acemannan provides an extra boost of satiety after meals. Research suggests that Acemannan could have a number of possible benefits for people with diabetes. And again, we have to say it this way. We have to say that it can be beneficial. We are not allowed to say that we can help a medical condition. So I have to say it this way. Then I wish I could say it differently, but this is how we have to say it publicly. Lower fasting blood sugar glucose levels. A 2015 study suggests that taking aloe vera gel, and again, we don't do aloe vera gel because aloe vera gel is also inflammatory and it has toxins. We do Acemannan, so there's no sugar and there's no toxicity, but it can help people achieve better fasting blood sugar glucose levels. So, meaning when I fast for 3 days, I take Acemannan still, and my blood sugar levels are even during my entire fast. Can also reduce body fat and weight, lower HbA1c averages. One clinical trial involves laboratory rats found that aloe helped the animals reduce their HbA1c levels, which could bode well for people with diabetes. And then there's like 7 public studies. So every study here, as you guys can see, it's on the government's website. It's not like we're making this shit up. That's actual real research and science, and they have studies for over 30 years on this type of stuff. So that's just one thing that Acemannan can do. And basically what Acemannan is, it contains mannose. Mannose also exists in a mother's breast milk. So Acemannan is nature's breast milk, meaning it has every nutrient the human body needs to function. And that's why when you take Acemannan, it's like you're breastfeeding, basically. So you're getting everything in your body needs. So obviously now you have no nutrient deficiencies anymore when you take it, meaning your body can function the way it's supposed to. So like your daughter's saying, okay, so her pancreas is dead, or what is it, right? Yeah. So, but maybe it's not dead. What if it's sleeping?
Mm.
I'm just
That's
using, I'm not a doctor. I can't use medical terms, but that's just my way of saying it. What if it's just sleeping?
I think actually, do you have any studies between diabetes type 1, which is the one that's the pancreas?
Yes, well, I can find. This is just what I have online, but I can dig up specific. Yes, definitely, and just send it
Yeah,
over to you.
the type 2 is like the unhealthy people who eats too much,
Yeah,
smokes, or
and then type 3 is dementia. So
yeah.
anyone who gets diagnosed with type 3 diabetes, don't get fooled. It's the same thing as dementia. And guess what Acemannan is proven to do for dementia? Reverse it. So like they just make up all of these funny words that all comes down to being almost the same issues. That's what the medical system does to you. They're like, they make up all these fancy words. So like any word. So I used to have arthritis, right? Anything that ends with itis means inflammation. I don't care what the first letters are. People say I have a rare disease. It's called splotty bloody bloody blah itis. Yeah, you have inflammation just like everybody else. Like, no, you're not that cool and different. They just make up new words to make you confused so they can prescribe you a new medication they came out with. So most conditions are not that damn rare that people think. It's just a new fancy word that came up with.
Interesting.
Yes. So this is what we do, and like it's always tricky to get information out properly because up till now, and we're very hopeful. And again, I'm not like a big Trump supporter in any shape or form, but he's working with RFK, who's saying that he's now going to put the FDA and the big pharma on the spot, which I am excited about, and I really hope that they get something good out of this. What the purpose is for them doing it, that I don't know. I'm sure they have some sort of agenda behind this, because we all know that they're no angels, and either way, it doesn't matter. I hope they actually start. They're supposed to go out and basically inspect everything and like look into what these corporations are actually doing, which I think is great. And when they do that, then it's going to be easier for people like us to talk about what we do. And, hopefully we can actually say, hey, we have a product and this is what it does for diabetes, instead of us having to say, maybe it's beneficial. Like, it's just ridiculous, but this is just how we have to speak because of the laws. Yeah.
In Sweden, it's like you can't say something is curing disease.
No, you can't use those words. No, we can't cure, treat, or heal anything.
No.
Yeah,
Even though all the testimonials say the opposite.
You just can say that if it's a drug. If it's not a drug,
Exactly. Yes, it has to be a drug for you to use medical terms.
And have to pass to medical trial and all that thing.
Yes, and we did, just for Emma to know, so we did medical trials on these, and they did the LD50 application to try to get it approved as a public drug, and it got rejected. So LD50 means they try it on mice or rats, and they keep increasing the dosage until 50% of the rats die. And with Acemannan, they increase, and no rat ever dies. Meaning it has no toxicity, it has no side effect, it cannot be a medication.
Exactly. It's so scary.
It's insane, right? Like in a perfect world, you would be like, oh my god, this is great, let's do it. That's how it should be. They're like, no, nobody dies, let's not do that.
So cool for the big pharma. So
yeah. So, and I think, it's it's different in the world, but I still believe that every country is still similar when it comes to medication and stuff. It's still very similar all over the world. Some countries are a little more open to natural healing and some are not. But overall, every single country out there has medication. There's not a country that doesn't have medication. And I think it needs to be less. I'm not saying completely remove it, because there's still going to be no, for me, it's never going to be an occasion for medication. But there are still going to be people that, okay, you get in an accident or so. I mean, I went with Joel to the hospital the other day after his accident. And the first thing they say, they roll him in. And I'm like, this is going to be a nice field trip for me. Because I was like, I want to just see how they do things. Because I haven't been in a hospital for so long. And I walk in and they're like, hi, have you ever had a tetanus shot? And he's like, no. Well, we're going to give you one now. And I was like, no, you're not. And they're like, okay, well, we have to give you. And then I showed the picture of the girl with the tetanus shot reaction that lost her skin. And I was like, this is tetanus. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, that's tetanus. We're not doing that. And then they said, we have to give you anti-nausea medication. And we're like, no, you don't. Oh, we have to. And then his blood pressure obviously went up a little, like in the beginning. So they said they had to give him blood pressure medication. And I'm like, no, we have our own. Betalains reduces blood pressure. So, and we told the doctors about this. We're like, he doesn't need any medication. We have everything at home. And they're like, what? And they're like, we're very interested. And can you send information? We're like, yeah. Because all the things you're wanting to do to him, right, we can do ourselves without side effects. So even if you have an accident, I don't believe you need medication. Let's say you have a very horrible accident and you break your freaking leg and you need a crazy surgery. I am sure there is something in the nature that would work as anesthesia, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like I believe we can find something for everything. Because what did they do in the past?
There is in Ayurveda.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. So what do they use for anesthesia? Oh, like the frogs or something? No. the poisonous frog or whatever? No.
No, most come from plants, but yes, I can think right now in a specific name, but they have, yes, and they practice also surgery in a very specific way. So yeah,
And they only use herbs and stuff. Yeah. See, so I mean, like, it's very possible, even if it's an extreme accident.
and that medicine has 7,000 years, so they know what they do.
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend who used to be in the military. I don't remember where he was, but they were like out in the jungle and he was like, yeah, somebody got injured. Like somebody would be like, 1 second, run into the woods and they're like, found it. And then like, blah, blah, like put it on the wound and then they would just heal. Yeah, that's what they do. Like there's, something you just got to know. It's just that the modern human, we don't know because nobody showed us, nobody taught us. It's not like we lived in the woods and our parents told us that this flower right here, that's what you're gonna do when you fall and scratch yourself, or this
all that is knowledge that we lost. It's a pity.
Yeah. And we need to relearn it.
My grandmother, yes, she knows about all the things. But
I would love to go on some interesting Ayurveda trips, maybe. Oh, we went to, I told you that. I'm pointing the wrong way there. The camera's opposite. We have an Ayurveda restaurant here in Albuquerque. It's probably my favorite. It's all vegan because it's actually no, they do have cheese. I think that's the only thing they do have. They have regular cheese. But besides that, it's basically all vegan. And it's probably my favorite food of all. But because my body does not operate optimal without meat, I realized, because I've actually done weeks with only vegan food, and it's like it's my body, it's not for me. But I was like, that's my cheat meals now. Like, and it's not even cheat. You just feel like incredible after you eat. And I would go there and I eat pancakes and quesadillas, and you feel just incredible after, because it's all created to like fuel and energize you and just heal you. And I'm like, I ate a huge stack of pancakes and cheese quesadillas and I feel like a super person. Like you're not tired, not sluggish, nothing. It's so delicious.
It's amazing.
Hmm.
Yes, very, very food. Yeah.
Very, very good. Well, I'm getting tired, guys. What about you? I was gonna say you just woke up. It's 1 o'clock here.
Here it's almost 3.
Oh, 3 o'clock for her. Yeah.
It's like 9 and coffee, so
Hmm.
I'm gonna
But
go do legs today.
yeah, I'm gonna show. Actually, since you're wearing my Pure Blood shirt, I'm also wearing a Pure Blood shirt. I have a sale on my Pure Blood because I'm launching a brand new collection probably in a week or two. I'm doing a collaboration with Red Pill Threads, which is another very well-known merch company. But right now, I have a sale on Pure Blood, 20% off the whole site for all my old prints. So everyone can go grab some shit there until I launch the new stuff, which is my new collection that's coming is my most proud collection of all of
Okay.
anything I've ever done.
Congratulations.
This is like
That's
my
great.
baby passion project, designing these.
I know.
So that I have, and I also have. I did a live stream last night with my friend who's he used to work at Wall Street, and he's called the insider investor because he exposed Wall Street and all the bullshit they do over there. And so I'm gonna do some lives with him every now and then, and we talk about money and finances and such, and like
Great.
financial freedom, which I also think I do biohacking, and for me biohacking for me, like for me, means more than just health. I think it's health, it's spirituality, just mindset and financial freedom, just freedom in general about everything. So I want to include some stuff about
I'm
actual like money and stuff also, so people can learn more.
I totally believe I'm on this. Yeah.
Yes. So that one we did yesterday. I haven't edited anything, but it's everything almost on my Rumble. If someone want to go listen, and I'll be doing the lives every Friday for sure, but maybe more. This week I've done 3 of them. I have a
Oh,
lot of editing work to do here.
good.
Great.
I get you
Yes.
connected to about
What?
I will get connected to my daughter. She's from
Yes.
Sweden. Has probably 100 questions, but
Yeah. If she wants to call, just give her my number. She can call me if she wants, and we can do. I can. I can probably not explain everything as well in Swedish, but I can explain it in
she
Swedish also.
yeah,
Yes. No.
I go
I
to
can
think
speak whichever. Hmm. No, it's just I can speak fluent Swedish, but because I never worked with it over there, there are probably certain scientific things I don't know in Swedish. But yes, just tell her to hit me up
I will. I will. Yeah.
for sure. What else? Have I forgot something? No. Okay, so I'm gonna end
Hmm?
this. I'm gonna end this live today with a little video. Oh shit,
Was
did I?
great.
I unplugged my. Hold on, I gotta plug in my hard drive. I had this video I was gonna show. Oh, hold on.
Well,
You
thank
guys are not
you.
gonna see it, but
Invitation.
we have our friend Stu Peters, who is. Why is this not? Oh my god, why is it not turning on? Oh, because I unplugged the entire cable. That's why. Hold on. Excuse me. I said I have there's so many cables for everything here that I don't know. I need to get more outlets. I have literally 5,000 cables here now. Oh, there we go. Now I plugged in. That's funny. Yeah, so our friend Stu Peters, he got famous probably in like I'm going to say around 2020 when he did a documentary about the COVID vaccine and saved many lives because he exposed what it actually was, and a lot of people ended up not getting the shot thanks to him. And because of what he did, he got sued by YouTube. That's the reality. So he's a superhero. He's a hero for sure. and he joined up on aloe vera with us. So I made a little commercial with some people just saying what results they had, and then a little bit of hold on, let me just pull it up here. Here we go. So I'm just gonna play the video, and you guys can probably not see it. I need to figure, I don't know why the live stream isn't showing what I play for people, but I guess you can see it afterwards. You can hear it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Acemannan is the world's most researched natural molecule. Over $100 million in research. It's been studied for 25 years. Sam Castor initially brought it to the market trying to get it approved by the FDA as a drug, but because it wasn't toxic to the body and couldn't pass an LD50, he instead had to take it to market as a nutritional supplement, where he created a massive company that went worldwide. After donating this Acemannan technology to an orphanage in Romania that was losing up to 40 kids a year due to malnourishment, no child died. Aloe vera is owned by 2 Christian nonprofits and offers lifestyle-enhancing products through patented food technology and Acemannan that helps your body biohack itself to optimal performance.
How long am I gonna be able to keep doing my job? It's scary, man. Like, your hands start locking up out of nowhere. I'm like, fuck. After I started taking it, like, my hands aren't cramping up. My shoulders, I was like, what the fuck? Like, they're not clacking. I've
been taking allergy medicine for almost 11 years. And now I am 9 days today. I have not choked in my sleep. I have not taken any allergy medicine.
You have what we call COVID asthma, COVID pneumonia, scarring on your lungs from COVID. After taking the Acemannan, I haven't hit an inhaler in like 8 days. I can breathe. It's crazy. So I also haven't been able to smell for 2 years. The other day, I get my sense of smell back, so I can smell again.
I was going to commit suicide. I was drinking and smoking myself to sleep every night, being sorry for myself, saying, poor me, I was supposed to be a national champion. Now I'm never going to be able to be an athlete again. Within 2.5 weeks, I was medically cleared to wrestle after taking the Betalains product, the anti-inflammatory.
Each product sold, we donate the same servings to children in need of this life-saving Acemannan technology.
Okay, that was it. I don't know what this weird noise in the background was, but I think it's just coming from all over the place. But that's Stu. Stu is awesome. He has a new documentary coming out soon, which is going to probably take over. It's going to be even better than the first documentary. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, let's save all the kids. Let's save them all. We got big shit coming. But those were some stories. And my goal is to try to get like video, because so the Acemannan technology has been around for about 30 years, but most of the people that are using it, they're very old and they're not very like video and tech savvy, and they haven't exactly done a lot of content. So most of the testimonials for this is like a writing, I had this and now I'm fine. So I was like, I need to put people on video. I want people to share their story authentically, so you can see in people's eyes how good they feel. So my mission for this entire year has been recording people, and we have people crying, and we have, because I feel like that means more for somebody than to just read a text, because you don't know. And I feel like you can tell on a person how they share a story, whether it's real or not. So I am trying to like bundle up everybody and just like see. We have, and we work with a Dr. Renee Hurty, a cancer doctor, and she's right now gathering testimonials because she's really trying. She's an incredible woman, and she's really trying to get this in to the system more. And her way of doing so, she has to research to prove so many things, but it's not enough. So if she has research and like 1,000 people's stories to show all together, it would way heavier. Like it would weigh more heavy. So that's what she's trying to do, just gather everything, and I'm trying to also help her do so that you like, how can you deny all of this proof, So eventually it's happening slowly but surely. But my dream is that this should be absolutely everywhere. And this too, like exosomes and all this stuff too. Like all of these things. But I also believe, though, depending on what it is, but like what you do with the exosomes might not necessarily be in everybody's budget as of now. I don't know. As at least now, like depending on what it is for. But we're also trying to do something that most people should be able to afford in a way. There's always
Well,
going to be those that can't, but
the meaning that everybody can afford it. That is
yeah,
the main.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's where everything or and also that's why I think talking about financial freedom or finances and stuff is also important, because a lot of people, I'm said everybody thinks different. Like if I was broke and I had absolutely nothing, if I had a dime, I would invest that in my health, because that's
Yeah.
my highest priority of all. But everybody's not there yet. They don't invest in their health. They can't see the value of it. And they can't understand that if you work on your health and your mind, now you're going to work better, meaning you're going to make more money. You're going to be happier. Your life's going to be better. Like everything comes with it. If you're miserable every day, you go to work and you're miserable every day, it's never going to get better. So they're just stuck in the spiral.
Yeah.
So health is important.
Well,
Even though I have to say,
thanks to your body, you can experience this world. If your body is
yeah,
not good, you can experience the world in the correct way. So
most people are walking the earth, but they're not alive.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, ladies, we're gonna wrap up, but thank you for coming,
Thank you.
and we'll do it again.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Namaste. Last for life. For life.
Yes, last for life.
Last for life. So thank you.
Thank you. Love you. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. That's a very long live. Okay, let's see. How do we're gonna turn this off. And I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks everyone for watching. There's still people on here. That's awesome. And everything will be posted on my Rumble. Oh, I'm tired now. My eyes are like, oh, sleepy. So good night, guys. And if you guys want to watch replay on Rumble, my community, Biohack or Die, free to join, biohacking community. I have my nobloatclub.com. That's health coaching. It has everything: training, mindset, routines, supplementation, meals, stress, like everything you can think of. Or also you can find the Acemannan information there. I do suggest getting some Acemannan and Betalains at least. We have other products as well. If you have questions, you can send me a message. You can drop a comment. And if you do want to have a guaranteed response from me, join the biohacking community and private message me there. Because I am going to say my Instagram, I typically answer most people. Facebook, forget it. Like my Facebook is blowing up. I'm not answering any messages there anymore. It's just too much. So my biohacking community for sure. And I will see you guys again, and go up to my Rumble, and the video clips of sure if you don't want to re-listen to the entire thing, they will come soon. Have a good night. I love you all.